Hey! Hello, everyone. Welcome.
We're back.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. I should probably get out of this, shouldn't I? Yeah, hold on. That no one is.
What is this?
I'm gonna put on some music, guys. Welcome to Legends of Avantris, episode. What are we up to? Like 47.
We're approaching 50.
Heckin' lot.
We're approaching 50, which is pretty cool.
Episode Heckin' Lot.
So, heckin' lot. Welcome. We're at the Legends of Avantris. We are a bunch of nerds that embarrass ourselves for your entertainment. If you know us, welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the Avantris fam. This is a mature stream.
Yep,
we
is.
play D&D 5th edition. We've been playing together for over 3 years. This campaign has been going on for over 3 years. That's how all of us got together and started playing D&D. We do a lot of homebrew stuff, so
Yeah, I
if
think
we
we
do
met
stuff
like
wrong.
what, 6 months after we started playing D&D together?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
That's probably that's the goodness. That's the goodness.
So thank God.
What else we got? We have sangria. We have cheese, stink cheese.
Fake
Stink
gamer
cheese.
We have
deals
sangria.
is,
Enjoy.
sangria.
Yep.
Why don't we go
Pot pies.
around
We got pot
and
pies.
Real quick, we are playing Beneath Dark Wings
Oh, yeah.
this Saturday.
Oh yeah.
All of us will be at the table. It's kind of our once a month campaign where it's all 7 of us around the table, and it's a really good time. Come check it out. We all do wacky voices,
heavy.
and it's
Yeah.
heavy stuff.
It's heavy.
And Dusty, happy to see you in
Hey,
chat.
guys.
Love
Dusty,
you.
my boy.
Good to see you guys.
It's always
Glad
good to
be
see
back.
you, sir.
Unique Mew. Hey everybody.
Fakaga Murgle said jealous.
Fakaga
of
Murgle.
Fakaga Murgle
I
said
love
that
Fakaga.
she's
Fakaga
jealous
Murgle.
of the sangria.
I get the impression that's not how it's pronounced.
So anyway, we're Legends of Avantris. We're going to introduce our players really quick. We have Nikki playing Sylvie Flickerwicket and Noah Morlock. We have Kelsey playing Annulin Mosgrove, a Wood Elf Ranger. We have Andy playing Vander Shoestrike, a High Elf Rogue. We have Richie playing Rodic Stonehearth, a Dwarf Fighter. I am Mikey. I'm the Ironing Board DM. I literally DM on an ironing board where I write fan fiction, roll dice, and do silly voices. Those are really the only 3 things I'm good at. I'm rolling dice though. No, I'm awful at because I roll a lot of like 1 to 5. So the whole like banded accuracy and all that really not a. I don't know. I don't roll average. To their benefit, which will bring us into what happened last time. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot.
Pretty boring.
The session started with them being flung into the swamp from a riverboat after ripping off the wing of an ancient black dragon named Rugurul of the Lake of Doom.
With the use of our 5th party member, the immovable
The immovable
rod.
rod, and their 6th party member, Bob B. The B.
Dang it, Bobby.
Dang it, Bob B.
Bobby.
Then they plummeted through. Everyone managed to fly in some regard, except for Rodek, who plummeted into the swamp and managed to find safety on an island.
I did a roll. It was a pretty good roll.
It's a pretty good roll, yes. You did not take that much damage. And you did not drown in the swamp, so that's a good thing. They got to a small island of soft, wet ground. Really the only dry land for as far as they could see. They recuperated and enjoyed a short rest, because otherwise they would have died. And then they heard the low slide guitar music that they had heard once before.
So good.
When they had met Remy Guru months ago, which we did off stream, and he circled them beneath the water, taunting them, saying that he had been going around doing this for thousands of years, corrupting entire nations and civilizations from his words alone. He then revealed that he had been responsible for devouring the comrades of their former comrade Ganji, and then he attacked. It was
super effective.
It was very effective. It was super effective. The party nearly all died. It was only thanks to some quick thinking and a beat of force with a very close roll, literally one-off roll to dodge.
Never didn't have it.
That trapped the dragon, the ancient dragon, inside, and allowed them to recuperate and then continue the battle and then eventually kill him. He cursed the party and saying that he had made an enemy of death, an enemy of them, an enemy of the hunger, before he sunk beneath the swamp water. Then they eventually headed in the direction of where Rugurul had come from. They eventually found in the fog his lair, where they found thousands and thousands of coins from all points of civilization. And the most interesting thing they found was a tablet that had the effigy of strange hooded cultists that they had seen before, all around an egg, calling upon strange tentacles rising from above and below. Then you all arrived back and went to sleep. And that is where we'll begin our session.
Oh, and we're level 11.
Oh, they got to level 11.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
You can, it's fine.
Oh,
It's
did
fine.
I level?
I think I did it at the end of
I
last
leveled.
session.
With
believe it or
D&D
not.
With D&D
it's a
Beyond, you can
cinch
press
to
one button.
level up.
Yeah, no, let me...
It does. Oh, that's why my health is
I was
maxed out,
messing
because
with
we
my
leveled
spell.
up.
Yes.
I gotta fix
So we
my
full
spell.
heal.
And what do
Well,
you
you
get?
got a long rest, yeah. You got a long rest.
Did we? Okay.
Make sure you're level 11.
Make
I
sure
am.
you're level 11.
You're
I
good.
am. So what did I get? Oh, I got some fun stuff.
You did?
I am now officially a skill monkey.
Ooh.
I don't know what that
Is that a
means.
real term?
Yes.
What does that mean?
On all of my things that I'm proficient in, the lowest I can roll is a 10.
And that's called skill monkey.
No, it's called.
Oh. I'm not.
I don't know. Let me find out what it is.
Our overlay's wrong, yeah. It says 10.
a feature.
We're
Oh, it
11
says 10.
level.
We're actually level 11. We'll fix the overlay before you load it up to YouTube.
Yeah, and all of that was really interesting, but Mew makes a really good point. For the very
Reliable
first time I have ever survived a heist. I
Ever.
Oh.
just
No
survived
way.
a heist for the first
No
time
way.
ever.
Good.
Wow.
Well
So I feel like that deserves inspiration from the DM.
done. No.
It's called reliable.
So yeah, let
talent.
me know when everyone is done kind of doing that. We can, this will be...
Yeah, reliable talent is what it's called.
Yeah, we can jump into
She's
the scene.
ignoring me. Annulin's.
Reliable
We'll need
talent.
everyone. We'll
I can
need everyone to be.
multitask,
We'll
thank
need
ya.
everyone to be paying attention here.
Uh-oh.
I am. I'm
At
ready.
11th
Guts.
level, you gain one of the following features of your choice.
It should be good.
Okay.
It's a volley and a whirlwind attack.
So, Legends of Avantris, you can watch us use D&D Beyond to level up.
Yeah.
And all of the episodes of this campaign are on
Yeah.
YouTube. I'll shill while we're waiting here. If you search Legends of Avantris in YouTube and it'll spam in chat. If you feel like getting caught up on many hours of content, feel free. It's all there.
It's a lot of fun stuff.
I've been shilling us on my stream as well.
Okay.
So hopefully some people who enjoy Magic the Gathering are also here tonight.
Yeah,
Oh,
tune
yeah?
in, fellas.
My boy Zunderstorm might show up. I hope.
Nice.
Let's hopefully.
But Dusty's here. Dusty's
Can I ask for a DM clarification?
Yeah.
Is volley a real thing?
I don't know how do rangers work.
If it says you can use your action to make a ranged attack against any number of creatures within 10 feet of a point you can see within your weapon's range. You must have ammunition for each target as
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
So I can just attack as many things are as
That
next
sounds
to me.
fucking.
Yeah,
Take
that
it.
sounds
Take
right.
it. That's
Yeah, it's
amazing.
an AoE.
You're
What
basically
the
doing
Amazing.
this.
Fuck.
You're basically doing this and shooting a ton of
It's
arrows
World of
on
Warcraft,
people.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft. Straight from the
Fucking
wild.
yes!
That seems broken.
Your excitement makes me so happy.
Y'all are fucked.
My minions are fucked.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
not y'all, not
you
y'all.
lose Spirit Guardians, you gain Volley, it's a wash.
I think
Nose
she
is,
just threatened the rest of
Okay.
us.
I know Nose likes that.
So,
here we go.
Turn
Sorry,
on
sorry,
you.
Are we
sorry.
all good? Are we
We're all
all
good. We're
I'm
great.
good. I think I'm good.
Never
We're
better.
good.
So, you've all arrived back at the Knight's Patience. And as you all kind of settle into bed and close your weary eyes after having barely survived your encounter with Rougarul, the Voracious Doom, Sylvie, you dream. You stand in the darkness of an unfamiliar street that seems to be an Agway. Directly in front of you hovers a brown rum bottle, shaking violently. The weather label features a skull that you remember from the previous dream, but this time it's clearly of a draconic head. Suddenly the bottle explodes, sending glass fragments scattering in all directions. You raise your hand to shield your face, but you feel no shards hit you. When you peek out from over your arm, you see that while the bottle has been destroyed, the rum hangs in the air, fluid undulating. A gyrating, worming mass of the brown, pleasantly scented fluid slithers off into the darkness and disappears. The next moment, there's a flash, a blinding light, and you're suddenly bathed in this shimmering silver glow. You look up and you see the huge, full moon looming large above you, not a star or cloud in sight. Your gaze turns back ahead of you down the street. and you clearly see before you that familiar ruby-adorned golden chalice filled with blood-red wine that seems to be bubbling. You feel an overwhelming urge to grab it, but as you approach, you're once again shrouded in darkness as a massive shadow passes over you. As it envelops you, you can make out the form of flapping wings. Immediately you look back up, and blocking the moonlight, you see the form of a horrific, enormous, monstrous bat. Its flesh seems to be rotting away as its black wings beat faster and faster above you. 2 huge fangs extend from its maw and drip with blood. And as they begin to drip down, energy from those fangs shoots towards you. They transform into red gyrating strings of energy. You're unable to dodge as they hit your head, both of your hands and both of your feet. You feel the tautness of these energy tethers pull as you begin to dance in some macabre waltz like a marionette. Then something wells up inside of you. It feels dark, unpleasant, but powerful. You immediately thrust out your limbs, breaking all 5 of the magical strings, and extend your hand towards the bat, blasting out your tried and true glitter lance. An eldritch blast of magic does emerge from your hand, but no longer pink and glittery. It's sickly green, almost the color of swamp water, with a pungent, peaty odor. All of the arcs of the blast connect with the monster as it lets out an awful screech and explodes into a grotesque deluge of blood. As soon as you're drenched with the creature's gore, you're jolted awake. You lay in your bed in the night's patience. You can see the sun coming through the curtained porthole of your private quarters, relieved it was just a dream. You absent-mindedly extend your hand in a similar fashion, as if it was to cast glitter lance. But the hand that rises before you is not the soft, youthful skin you know to be yours. It's withered, wrinkly, veiny, with numerous warts. Long, flaking yellow nails extend from each of your fingers as your hand clenches tight and you wake up in your room for real.
Who's in my room? I'm
It's
just alone
just
in
you.
my room.
It's just you.
I'm gonna run to Rodek's room.
Okay. You run over to Rodek's room.
Rodek! Wygor! Rodek!
Don't call me Wygor. What do you want?
Can I come in?
It's not locked. Come in.
I'm gonna run in, I'm gonna jump onto his chest, and I'm gonna sit with my legs crossed on his chest and look down at him. Rodek, I had a nightmare.
Don't you have a lot of those?
How would you know?
I don't know. Don't you talk about dreams all the time or something? I don't know.
Not to you.
Well, you want to tell me what it was about?
Well, I was going to until you asked.
Well, how can I help?
Well, you could stop talking and let me talk.
And I nod.
Keep learning.
Rodek, what do you know about fae beings?
Just that they're from the Feywild, and I mean, you've been with me for all of my education on fae things. That there are crossings, that there are swamps and wonderful places.
So you don't know anything.
I don't know shit about it
you're
beyond what
saying?
you've told me or what we've seen.
Do you know
I
anything?
don't need to tell you.
Do you know anything about like gods or goddesses or things like that? Like, that are like powerful, but not as powerful as fae beings because they're obviously the most powerful?
A wee bit. Why?
So, you know how, like, that one time I said, no, Ganji, you don't have to give up Bahamut. I will do it. I will give up my power. And then I didn't cry or anything in that helmet, but I did it, right? And then my power was still there. You know how that happened?
Right.
Well, like, I thought maybe Titania was mad at me. But now I don't know, because she's kind of being like, have you ever had an ex-girlfriend? Oh, that's a stupid question. Of course you haven't. Do you know what it's like to have someone like, no, of course you don't know what that's like. Where's Avantris? He probably has experience with women anyway. So my question is this. I think Titania's mad at me because I did that. She's still trying to help me because I just had a dream where, well, I'll just tell you. It was about Alphonse, right? And there was like a Dracula bat, like if Avantris were a Dracula, and he shot blood venom at me, and then I went to use my glitter lance, and instead of glitter lances, it was like gross stinky stuff, like when you exist, and then I woke up. Yeah, and then I woke up, and then I went to do it again, and my hand was like dying, and it was falling apart, and I had gross yellow nails like yours. And then I woke up again, and so I think she's trying to give me information, but I think she's also saying, "Bad Sylvie, bad Sylvie." And I don't know what to do.
Is it possible? Well, hold on. First, is your hand okay? It looks fine to me.
Let me see yours. Ooh! Oh, mine looks way better than yours.
What? I mean, you clearly have your power. I mean, maybe the whole swampy thing is because you're near a swamp.
So you've noticed it too?
I've seen things. There's been signs of.
No.
But look. Here's the thing, and here's how I've been thinking about it. Alphonse has mentioned specifically that the swamps around here are filled with magic. Filled.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's acting like some kind of arcane focus or something.
Yeah.
Something about you being here is changing the nature of your spells.
Okay. Ew.
And again, I don't know too much about all of this.
Okay.
About magic, religion, worshipping anything.
Mm-hmm.
Titania or otherwise. But,
Okay. I'm sorry, were you still talking? I was thinking to myself, and I was realizing that I realized maybe the swamp is like a magical conduit, and it's shaping and molding my spells based on the swamp.
Well, that's a brilliant idea. I think you're probably right.
I just can't believe it.
Do you feel better now?
I do, actually.
Well, what else can I do to help?
You could brush your teeth. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna jump off of it and go back to bed.
Okay, you run.
The sun was up though, or like. It was
You guys got
morning.
back at dawn, so it was.
Oh,
it was
okay.
up. Yeah, so.
Never mind. I understand. Okay.
So you all enjoy a long rest,
Awesome.
and you all awake for real this time. Rodek, you managed to fall back asleep. Sylvie, you have no further dreams, and you're all awake on the night's patience. In your respective rooms. What are you guys doing?
Okay. Who in Gullhaven has our sending stone? Did we leave it with Gus, Orpheus, or Seamus?
Orpheus has
We
it.
left it with Orpheus. Okay.
It's switched around a little bit, but it was.
Right. I know we've juggled it around a bit. All right.
Yeah.
Currently Orpheus, we'll say. I guess I would sleep in a little more after you came in. And I would just get up and start to kind of congregate in wherever they would like serve food, like some kind of common like galley or whatever.
Okay, so you guys are in the galley. That there is a cook on board, and he's provided a fairly nice meal for you. Kind of simple sausage, some eggs, and some bread. Not as fresh, but they've had some store. They've been going out and back and forth from Mogwai picking up supplies, and there's a long table for you all to sit at. Miri doesn't really seem to be anywhere. You probably get the gist that she's been up for a while, given that it's probably about 2 p.m. at this point, and given that you guys got back so late or early in the morning, and you are all congregating, getting your fill, getting energized for the day ahead.
I would meet there as well.
Okay.
Probably shortly after Rodek.
So I'll look and I'll look to Sylvie and I'll say, are you still all right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm perfectly fine. I've always been fine. I'm finer than fine.
Are we all right?
Well, I'm a bit sore after yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. That was a close one.
That was the closest one. Of all the ones, it was the closest.
What was?
Us almost dying. Very,
Oh,
very
I
nearly
totally
dying.
forgot about that.
We've seen some pretty serious shit, but
Yeah.
yesterday was something else. I mean, I had to try. Usually it's pretty easy for me, but it was.
All right,
That was pretty wild.
Were you scared?
Never. I was excited. It was incredible. Do you see the way I use the beat of force? I mean, I've been holding on to that thing for months.
Do we have more? Was that the last one?
That was the last one?
We had one other one, but Ganji took it with him when he left.
Oh, well, hopefully he's put it to as good a use.
Yeah.
Do you
If
think...
only he'd thought to use that when all of his friends died. Wow.
Whoa,
Anyway.
holy
Now,
smokes.
let's be respectful.
Of what?
I wanted to bring that up.
What?
Of Ganji's comrades.
Uh-huh.
Assuming Guru is telling the truth, and I don't see why in moments before he assumed he could kill us, that he would lie to us. Do you think we should let Ganji know in some way what happened?
You know what? That's a great idea. A thought. But I also realize that leads me down the other thought. I don't ever want this to happen ever again, so anytime we meet someone new, the first thing we should do is say, hello, I'm Sylvie Flickerwicket. Are you a human?
I don't think you can just go around asking people if they're humans.
Why not? Hi, I'm Sylvie Flickerwicket. And I reach my hand out to Rodic. Are you a human?
No, I'm not. Nice
See,
to meet
it
you.
works, and now I know that he's a dwarf.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
Well, I'm saying we don't know what he is. All we know is that he isn't human, which doesn't really get us any closer to the crux of the issue.
There's
I
lots
suppose.
of non-humans, is the point. And do you think
But
a
my
secret
point
dragon
being-
would tell us?
Well,
He's a secret dragon?
Well, then, what that would tell us is whether he's a liar or not when we do find out that he's a dragon. Because right now you're saying, well, did Guru lie to us before he tried to kill us? And I don't know, because I don't know whether he's a liar or not.
Yes,
but if I had asked that question as the very first question I asked, and he had said yes, and then turned out to be an ancient black dragon, I would know he's a liar. Therefore, it would make sense that, yes, he may have lied to us right before trying to kill us.
Wow.
Also, I've seen iron teeth in my mind, but we can talk about Ganji's stuff.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Is this another one of your...
Well, no, I wasn't sure when I should bring it up, and I was going to bring it up first, but then Rodic wouldn't stop talking, and then I got awkward and uncomfortable, so I just cut him off right now and mentioned it. So we should talk about the Ganji thing, and then I'll talk about the teeth.
Okay. Well,
Also, my hand was dying, but that's also different.
okay, we're gonna put a halt on the Rodek thing, and we're gonna go back to the Sylvie thing. What are you talking about?
Are you sure? Because
Yes.
the Ganji thing's still pertinent, you know?
He's not going anywhere. We'll get back to that.
Annulin, what's your vote?
Well, I think weird hands, that sounds good for me.
You want some?
Yeah, you got
I
it.
cast Major Illusion and make her look like she has the creepy weird hands like
Yeah.
I did before.
You have really creepy weird hands. Ah, that's creepy.
Awful, isn't it?
Wait, that's what it looked
You...
like.
Yeah, just like that.
Wait,
See
what do you
those
mean?
nails?
What do you mean it looks just like that?
Okay, so I'll start from the
That
beginning.
is horrifying, by the way.
I'll start from the beginning. So you remember, and then I tell the story about basically the same thing I told Rhoda the night before.
Yeah.
So since then, I've been having these strange dreams, and in one of them, there was a bottle of rum with Baron Somebody's like masky thing on it. There was the chalice of agony, which we all know. There was a mortar and pestle, and there was. I had iron teeth. I was like, and my teeth were made of iron. It was really unbefitting of a gnome of my stature. I'm from the swamp. I don't know why I said that. And then last night I had a dream that I walked into a creepy alley in Ogway, and there was a bat, a Dracula bat, and he shot things at me. And then I did my glitter lance, but it was fart lance. Ew. Yeah. And then what else happened? I killed it, and that was cool. And then I woke up, and then I had ambulance hands. And then I woke up again. So we think Titania loves and hates me at the same time.
So, if you don't want to answer any of these questions, fine. But I'm curious.
Yes.
You think these dreams mean something? This isn't just stress.
No, so Titania's always talked to me in dreams.
Oh.
That's why I stayed with you. She sent me a vision that I would continue on the path with you guys.
Well, that's great.
So even though I didn't care about Orpheus or any of you really, and you could have died, that would have been fine. You could have died, that would have been fine. You could have died, and that would have made my life significantly better than it was previously. But she said to stay with you, and so I did. And then I caught feelings for you, the same way you catch butterflies. And now I do care if you die, and I do care if you die. And so from there... So from there, I've just been following the path that she wants, and then it's not until we came back to Ogway, and maybe it's the swamp, and maybe it's being so close to my family because they make me a little crazy. The dreams have been weird, or maybe it's that I gave up my power. I don't know. And Rodic was not helpful at all when I woke him up in the morning before he brushed his teeth.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you that these are the same types of dreams that Titania has always sent you? Are you sure that it's her?
Yeah, I'm totally sure. I mean, they're definitely darker and creepier, but she's also probably pretty mad that I tried to give up what she gave me.
This may also be a dumb question, but I don't pretend to know much about the whole thing, but is there any way that you can see her in a more direct manner as opposed to just through your dreams?
Oh no, she will only be seen when she wants to be seated. Seated?
So you can't go to the
Saw?
Feywilds?
I mean, I wish. No.
Interesting.
And you're
I've
sure
only been
it's her?
once.
It couldn't be someone else?
Do you think Alphonse is putting visions in my head to make me all creepy?
I don't know. He is
I don't know.
weird about you.
I was going to say, I wouldn't put it past him.
Thanks for the host.
Thank you for
thank
the
you for the
host.
host.
Rob
Thank
James
you so
Morgan.
much.
I
We
forgot where our
appreciate
cameras are.
it.
I'm like
Rob James
waving
Morgan.
to the
Yeah.
corner.
Hey! Wait,
Cameras.
so what did you say?
I just... If you're sure that it's Titania, then maybe it's nothing to worry about. It's just something to heed, but if it's not her, then what else
If it
could
wasn't
it
her,
be?
don't you think that you would send me a beautiful dream where I was like being showered with love by these handsome, very buff satyrs that look like, I don't know, Terry Crews? It's just a name that I thought of. I don't actually know of anyone that looks like that, but maybe. Like a satyr named Terry Crews, and he's just showering me with love and telling me how beautiful I am and feeding me grapes, and then also she would show up and be like, oh, Sylvie, the most beautiful gnome I've ever given powers to. Don't listen to those dreams. It's Alphonse.
Not if she's mad at you.
Oh, no.
Well, look, here's the thing.
That's
If she-
actually a really good point. What if someone is using the fact that she's mad at me and not talking to me right now the same way I don't talk to Annulin when she says something she doesn't realize pisses me off but does piss me off?
When does that happen?
All the time.
I'm a peach.
Book of Grudges. I have 15 pages with your name on them. Put them back in my bag. You are so right. So what if Alphonse knows this and he's using it as a way to coerce my head?
Well, here's the thing, though. It sounds like...
You look really confused for someone who's very smart. I have to write that in my Book of Grudges.
I wouldn't say this.
Avantris is not as smart as I thought he was.
Smart.
He pretends.
When have I ever pretended I was smart? That's not my thing.
All the time.
I'm the dashing guy. This isn't smart.
I mean, you're a high elf. Aren't high elves supposed to be kind of smart?
Oh, I thought he was saying high int.
Oh, like high int?
Like intelligence.
Like...
You're an elf?
Anyway,
I point to my ears.
I thought that was just one of your really bad disguises. I didn't realize those were
that he
natural.
wears all the time. Look, regardless, I think even if Titania's mad at you, and if these truly are her dreams, she's giving you information.
Yeah, it seems so. What
She's
I
trying to
gleaned
guide
from
you.
it is kill Alphonse, the Dracula bat, on Nuit Blanche, a big new moon, right?
Well, look,
That's what I took from it. It's
Did
go
you-
there, do this.
out of character, did you mention the rum bottle shattering and all that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
But
been
you
very
mentioned there was
vague.
a rum bottle.
You did
In my
mention a
first
bottle.
dream, yeah.
Yes, you mentioned a
So
bottle.
there's a rum bottle
The chalice.
and the chalice of agony. So to me, that represents...
Mortal and pestle.
Yeah. Oh, also, in my dream, I saw that rum bottle again, and it shattered, and the liquid went, whoa, ah, whoa. Like if there was music playing,
And
it would
what
kind
was
of
on
let
the
you
bottle
know.
again?
I'm talking, Rodek. It would let you know that it was very ethereal and interesting. Like if there was a god of the world that set the tone with music, it would be this very ethereal, enchanting music as it pulsed back and forth and went, ooh, ah. That was, you can talk now.
What was on the rum bottle?
That skull thing again.
It was a skull both times.
Yeah.
So in my mind, that represents Guru.
Wow, nothing gets
And,
past you,
and it
Rodek.
shatters.
Yeah.
And you said that the rum floated there still.
Yeah. And then it's what grabbed me and went, "Good, you are trapped, Sylvie, Flicker Wicket, and you will do my bidding." Bat flies in the air in front of the moon. Gah, 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 blood magic. Ow! Weird fart magic. Bat explodes. Wake up. Annulin hands. Wake up. Rodek was no.
All right, no. So to me, the rum and floating inside makes me think that was Baron Samedi inside of Guru, giving him his power.
Ew,
So
gross.
now
So the fact that
he's
he's still
escaped.
intact, he's out, he's escaped.
Oh, so you
He's out of
think
the
that
world.
was a, what do they call it?
Well, what if?
A metaphysical.
And so then we have. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no. I was just before we move on. I almost worry I hope that you're right. Because what if it is some remnant of Rougarou that survived? He sheds his mortal coil, and then some sort of essence within is still out there.
That's right. It could be.
I don't imagine that Baron Samedi would allow that to happen if they had some sort of a deal that went awry. But I don't know.
Unless he still needs him.
Could be.
Well, regardless, then we have the Chalice of Agony and a Mortar and Pestle. So I'm wondering, the Chalice of Agony is clearly
Did
some
you just
kind
say
of...
pestle?
Pestle?
You know
How
there's
is
a T in it, right?
Pestle, whatever.
The T was signed.
So we
not.
know that the Chalice of Agony is a devil artifact. So maybe that represents the devil thing and Alphonse, but then also the Mortar and Pestle.
It's got a T in it.
Pestle.
Yes.
Those are kind of used in alchemy, right? Don't you like smash
I believe
energy
so.
and stuff?
Yeah, like herbalists use it. They'll be like,
Right.
ooh, look, this is a peppercorn. Blow it in a dwarf's face, it irritates you and make him sneeze for an hour.
So maybe the Mortar and Pestle
Good
represents
job.
Alphonse, and the Chalice of Agony represents whatever devils he's working for or trying to contain. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I was really focused on pouring pepper in your face. I didn't catch what you just said.
Look,
I guess what concerns... I'm listening. I'm with you. My counterpoint would be that the only thing that... I think you're onto something. The bottle representing Rougarou and the Mortal and Pestle perhaps representing Alphonse, but the chalice is a real thing.
Right.
I don't think it necessarily represents anything. It exists. Those other items are maybe not... They're abstract, right? They're not things we've seen, but the chalice is a thing. It's real.
It's real. That's right.
Well, yeah.
But what about iron teeth? You had iron teeth?
Yeah, I had iron teeth. It was really weird.
What the hell does that have to
I
do with
looked in
anything?
the mirror and I was like, my teeth were not
What is
iron.
iron? Did Ganji have iron teeth? Or were they bronze teeth?
Did he even have teeth?
I don't...
That's a great
I
question.
mean, he had teeth.
Do Dragonborn have teeth?
Metal teeth?
Do they have teeth?
They have teeth. It's like dragon teeth.
Like
But
fangs?
he's a metal
I was gonna
dragon.
say, like, I
Sharp
feel
teeth?
like
They've
that
sharp
would've been
dragon
like-
teeth.
They got Sharpie boys in their mouth?
Do you think it has something to do with the fact that we lost Ganji? Or do you think it was Titania's way of saying you fucked up by benefiting a metallic dragon over doing my bidding, which was not to give up your powers, you dumb fucking gnome?
That's I mean, it could be.
I think we don't have enough information.
I
I don't see the connection between iron teeth and annulant hands. Sorry, illusion.
You're just
Dead
calling them
hands?
annulant hands.
You
They basically look like her hands when I don't put the illusion on there. Anyway, she doesn't moisturize.
only saw your hands.
Yeah, like I reached up, I might have extended down my arm, but I had just done my nails the night prior because, you fight an ancient black dragon, you need to put glittery nail polish on your nails. And so I'd done that, and then when I looked, they were gross and yellow.
Huh.
Well, you know who else had gross hands was Hissy.
Oh. Did
Or
she?
who we think is Hissy.
Well.
They were like gross, bloated,
Oh.
dead hands.
Until we ID her, I understand what you're
Did they
saying,
look
but
dead?
I'm not going
Are
to...
you gonna die?
I don't know. Do I have a blood curse? Oh, I don't know why I did that. I didn't actually have a revelation. I thought maybe someone would say something really interesting, and so I was trying to time it right.
I think at this point it's let's kind of let's let it simmer and let's think about it.
And if you have any more dreams, you could... well, if you want, you could tell us if you have any more dreams that
I
might
highly
be
suggest that if
helpful.
you're getting information from Titania.
I mean, when I had the first dreams, I was like, okay, well, these are obviously between me and my bestie. And then when I had the scary ones, I kind of told Annulin, but she didn't really care.
Cared?
Liar.
I tried to care.
No, that's also a lie. So I just didn't. And so this time I tried to tell Rodek, and he was even less of a help.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like at this point, the only person left was Avantris. And thank God that I told you, because you're the only one who said anything worth anything.
Well, thank you. I try. It's team effort. Definitely a team effort.
No.
Okay.
We get it. Vandris is your favorite.
Only until my
No.
name goes in the Book of Grudges again. It's
Yeah.
fine.
What are you talking about? You don't know about my book.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, shall we move on? Look, there's a lot we have to get done.
How many days do we have until the festival?
4 nights.
4 nights
nights.
until
That's
we...
more than I thought.
So on the fourth night
On the
is when it
4th night
happens.
is when it happens.
So, speaking of that, lots of things we need to do. I reach into my pack and I say, I'm a little bit more than concerned about this. And I hold out the thing that, the pendant that we were given by, Guru. What the hell are we gonna do about this now?
I mean, if he was telling the truth, then it might still work. It's just, how do we test it?
You think we have to do something about it?
I mean, we can just try it, but I'm not necessarily comfortable wearing this thing when we know where it came from and we know who gave it to us.
Should we make a pact with Baron Samedi and just ask him?
No.
Probably not.
We're not doing any pacts, none of that. But
yeah, speaking of pacts, I hate to bring this up after killing a black dragon and when I have iron teeth and annulant hands. Where is my pony?
Oh.
I will get you a pony once we get back to
You
Gullhaven.
said I will give you a fey pact that you would give me a pony once we return back to Gullhaven. We went to Gullhaven, no pony. We came to Ogway, and now here you're trying to say, oh, when we get back, I'll get you. Where's my pony, Rodek?
There has to be a pony around here. We should just get it out of the way.
But the better ponies are in Gullhaven.
That's right. You
Take it from someone who grew up in Gullhaven. The better ponies are in
Haven't you
Gullhaven.
spent your entire, adult elven, really long life not where you were from?
No, Annulin,
Has
shut
to
up.
be a reason for that.
Well, Annulin, shut
We're
up.
not going to discuss that right now. We're talking...
Avantris,
Yes.
Did you say the best ponies are there?
Yes.
You want that pony?
Well, yeah, Annulin, I want the best ponies.
In Gullhaven. They have great ponies in
Only the
Gullhaven.
best ponies for Sylvie.
Ogway's a
fair.
lovely city.
No, it's not.
Okay,
it's
but
near
my
my
point
home.
is
gross.
it's a lot worse than Gullhaven. Gullhaven's
is.
got a lot
It
of
is. It
things.
is.
Like hopped up on something.
Including
I bet they
ponies.
are.
Nice ponies.
Yeah, okay. You're so lucky that Avantris is here, Rodek. So lucky. Otherwise, I would have his left arm right now.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, well, how about this? Just from now on, you do. If she says anything, you do the talking, and I'll just
They
sit
know
there
I can
silently.
hear them.
I'll try.
Anyways, I think we need to go out into the town to check out the aftermath of the riverboat being slung up the river and
What are we going to do about it? We need to focus on what we're going to do in 4 nights' time. Avantris is right. And I pull the pendant out. What are we going to do about this?
Can you describe the pendants again?
Yes, the pendants.
write that down.
The pendants are these medallions, and each of them is carved into the shape of a skull, in kind of that same style of the grinning sinners and the things that you had seen, kind of carved into the masks and the effigies, and they kind of have these hollow, deep-set eyes and these grinning skull sets of teeth.
Cool.
Now, so are you able to tell if these are indeed magical?
Maybe.
Could you take a look?
Can I see if there's anything magical about them?
Make an Arcana check.
Use the wand,
And you
too.
could use the wand.
Nobody needs the wand when I have the power of the Fae at my hands.
Hey!
Ooh, all right.
Not bad. That might actually be true. 24.
They're very clearly magical.
They are very clearly magical.
Is it good kind of magic though? Like, is it going to actually keep us safe?
I'm gonna sneakily use the wand. So a sleight of hand, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
I think it's a 17. Yeah, it's 17.
You see
Under the
very
table.
faint glow behind Sylvie.
Damn it.
And Sylvie, you get the sense that this is... What are the schools that abjuration?
Abjuration would be like a
Abjuration.
protection.
Yeah. Abjuration.
Oh.
Well, it is abjuration magic, which
Wow.
I could tell from my brain mind. And
Well,
I
that's
know,
impressive.
And I know no wand needed.
Well, that's
And
the
I
kind
know
of magic that
you wouldn't know about this, dwarf.
I wouldn't.
Oh!
Yeah.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Kyle.
it.
We love you.
Thanks for
You're
the song.
best.
Thank
It's
you.
good to see you,
Love
pal.
you. It's good to see you.
We would know. Well, I would know. You wouldn't know, dwarf. That is protection magic.
So, being as this is really the only lead we have to go off of anyway, it seems to be at least a correct lead. So things could be worse, I suppose. My idea, to when we were discussing things before everything happened, were twofold. One, to your point about going out and checking the town, there's probably a severe vacuum of power missing
Right.
from this city. It wouldn't shock me if the whole thing is half Rivington mannered by now. And the clans are probably fighting for power amongst themselves, and it could be an absolute and complete and total bloodbath.
Well, if I know Alphonse, I wouldn't be surprised if the caravan took full control over the city.
So you think he may have just inserted himself as new king,
Right.
and is quelling any potential
It
damages?
happened last night, so at this point, I don't think he's going to have enough time to do all of that. But if we let him have all of today, he 100% could. I think that we should, as quickly as possible, get to that creepy, lady that used to employ my sister. And at least see if we can get the bushwhackers, the washbookers, floodruckers, if we could get them to assist, just let them know what's going on.
Either way, we can't let the town go to shite after all we've done to try to keep it safe.
Why?
Well, I mean, technically we could, but then what's been the point? Why didn't we just leave?
Well, the point is to find out ultimately what happened to Hissy.
Yeah,
That's the
Right,
point.
but
I didn't
that's
come here for
fine,
that
and I
one.
want to, but we prevented the entire town getting eaten by an ancient black dragon. Or his son.
Only by kind of dumb luck.
Yeah.
Look, and I want to know more about Hissy, but not... And don't take offense to this.
Never.
If Hissy's been dead, she's dead.
I understand
We
that.
need to learn more about Hissy to stop Alphonse.
I agree.
Because Alphonse could obliterate this town, Gullhaven, everything else.
I'm just not sure. Hey.
Thank you,
Mel.
Mel.
Thank
We
you,
love
some bananas.
you.
Thank you. 7 months in a row.
Wow.
What?
Thank you so
God.
much.
Hex, Mel, Hex.
I'm just not sure necessarily starting a turf war in this city is where we want to
And
be.
I don't think we should.
I almost just think we should let Alphonse quell the trouble, let him deal with it, when we can go unnoticed for a few days.
I think we still need to go out there and just survey the land and see what's going on in his vacuum.
And I don't like that, because if he settles the trouble and has control of things, then he has that much bigger of a party behind him when it comes time for us to
When
see
it
him.
comes to vampire liches, what's a few 300-400 civilians at his back?
I don't know.
To me,
I don't
it's
know
a
much
lot.
about a lich.
I don't want to kill 300 to 400 civilians just to get to a Draculich.
That's a fair point, I suppose.
Right, and we, every single soul on that riverboat is likely dead at this point. So that was probably at least
Should we
102.
go back to the cemetery?
Why? No. Why back there?
I don't know. See if anything weird happens now that Garu's gone.
I suppose we could see if there's any evidence of continued voodoo activity, but
Or like cemetery business.
why don't we step off the boat and look around, just remain kind of nonchalant and casual.
I could circle the town on my broom and just tell you from a bird's eye view what it all looks like. And then that would maybe give us an idea as to where to go.
Alphonse might think it's open game to just kill us on the spot now. We need to stay together. I don't like the idea of you just flying off, especially when he wants you alone, and he can fly too. I guess
that's
during
a-
the day he can't, but...
Yeah, no, he's a Dracula, so he can't even go outside right now.
Right, but he has
Ow.
minions that can. He has flying demon minions with wings.
Demons or devils?
Or devil, whatever the shite the difference is. It's fine. I think we need to... That's me. If you wouldn't go on your own, I just... It doesn't feel right to me.
I think I will go to Alphonse's house. I will knock on the door
Nope.
and I will
Shall
say,
we go? Lovely
Alphonse
breakfast, I say to the cook.
Alphonse LeBlanc,
thanks.
what's your deal?
No, you won't be doing that. We're going... does that sound fair? What do you think? Am I crazy?
It's a start. My other
I don't know
point...
what to do.
That was only point one,
All
by
right,
the
point
way.
two, go
My
on.
other point is that we only have 3 nights before the 4th night happens, in which we have to essentially siege a crazy madman vampire lich's home, and that's not a lot of time. Forgive my use of fourth wall breaking terminology, but we need to train in the gravity chamber. Because there's no way we're going to be prepared in 3 nights. We need to get buff.
Well, we certainly... I feel weirdly more powerful after last night. I don't know if that is. But we need to buy more health potions, certainly. And look, other potions.
yeah.
Everything we possibly can going into this. Because we clearly weren't as prepared as we should have been for Guru.
Right. Well,
Well, we don't have any money.
we have no money.
No.
We have a lot
Wait.
of money.
Wait.
No.
We have access to lots of money. We can go back to Rugarul's chamber Now, I saw a lot of money I've never seen before, but some of that has to be worth something.
Fine, we do have money. I was just trying to keep it.
Yeah, we just collected a lot. Like last night, we've got thousands and thousands.
Can we make another trip?
Forgotten.
You know, we could just say, Ogway, to hell with Ogway, and we could just forever guard Rougarul's treasure.
We could be.
And that would be the end of the story!
We could become dragons!
No, look.
He thought about it for a minute.
It's going to take us hours.
I'm
Get
going
out
to
there
use
again.
major illusion to make myself look like a tiny black dragon, and I'm gonna like go towards them. I'll jump up on the table and be like, "Ah!" like a really tiny black dragon.
See, this would be cool!
As you guys are discussing, you hear the sound of footsteps walking through.
I'm not stopping it.
And you hear a voice. So you guys aren't dead after all. And you turn and you see Emiria walking towards you. Her rust-colored tiefling skin walking over. She's holding a tall parchment. It seems to have ink over it. And some kind of etching that seems to be the smiling face of someone.
I turn towards her as my little black dragon and go,
Hi, Emiria! It's Sylvie! I'm a dragon.
That's a good look, Sylvia. You should keep it.
Thanks. Can I get on your back?
Well, I mean, I thought you guys were dead, and you're not. So I mean,
climb
yeah,
up her back.
Look,
Have you guys,
now you have a pet dragon!
have you guys seen this?
What?
She thrusts a large piece of parchment, which is you had been seeing like kind of the news of the vampire in Ogway, and this is Alphonse LeBlanc, savior of city. And there's a picture of Alphonse, his beaming face, and it tells how the formerly beloved Remy Garou was actually a black dragon the entire time, and how Alphonse had hired mercenaries to go take down the dragon.
I've specifically mentioned that we're heroes for hire.
We're not for hire. We're not mercenaries.
Well, we're definitely not mercenaries. This is unbelievable.
No one's paying us for this. We collect gold along the way, but we need
Well,
to
if
clear
he's
this
gonna
up.
put out a flyer saying that he paid us, I expect payment.
I bet you it doesn't even say... Wait, can you keep going? I cut you off. I apologize. I was just outraged by the
And
mercenary
it doesn't
thing.
mention any names.
Right, okay. That's what I
And it says how Alphonse was responsible. He took it on himself to put an end to the dragon. He sent mercenaries into the swamp who brought an end to the beast. And how the town is thanking him, and how Nuit Blanche will be used as a ceremony to thank Alphonse LeBlanc and the mercenaries, as well as be a remembrance of those that lost their lives. And while there was uncertainty that Nuit Blanche will go on, as repairs have already begun.
I tack this and I turn to the rest of the group and I say, this is exactly what I was talking about. He moves faster than we can even talk.
He's very good, and we're not politicians.
What's that?
Never mind. We can't beat him in public opinion. There's no way.
Right. That's why I didn't want to really try to start a turf war, but anyway.
What the fuck happened?
We'll come in. We'll tell you.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna nuzzle her with my dragon head.
And then as
You see this? We're the mercenaries. We killed one of these, but like way bigger.
You're never gonna believe the whole story. It is unbelievable.
I don't buy it.
You should. Look,
And I open up my dragon pack and I show her like all of the glittering gold and the crazy stuff.
do you see that? Don't even think about it. I'll give you a little bit.
I've been holding down the fort, guys. I mean, I
That's
think
fine.
it cut. I've been doing some
How
intel.
much you want?
Well, hold on, you've been doing intel.
That was gonna be my next question. What have you been up to?
I've been staking out the city. Things are really fucked.
Can you tell us more, please?
I've been laying low and making friends with some bad people, and there's as we do.
True.
And the caravan have some balls. You should see some of the ships that they're bringing up here.
Wait, like fleets of like
Slaves. More slaves, and that's the thing. It ain't for that son of a bitch in the mansion neither.
Well,
There's been a lot of fights. They are pushing into the other districts. It is bad. It is bad.
Who are the slaves for? Do you know?
Yeah, where are they going?
They're going northeast.
Like out of the city completely?
Out of the city.
Northeast.
Out of the city.
Is that into the swamp?
Is that anywhere near that weird fishing village?
That's the opposite direction.
Up
So
north.
northeast is basically out towards the direction of like the smaller peak mountain range.
So they're coming in through town and then going by land to the northeast?
Yeah. And they are, I guess there used to be some sort of, with the other gangs, there used to be something keeping them in check, and they don't give a fuck anymore.
Well, it was Guru. I mean, he ran everything. He had them all in his fist, and
They were terrified of him.
Yeah, he regulated basically all of their inner communications.
And both the Jade Iris and the Bushwhackers have lost a good number of enforcers.
This is bad.
They've been pushing. It's not all out bloodshed and total warfare, but everything I've heard, it's not good.
Is there anyone we can speak to end this? Wasn't there a mayor of the town?
I don't think horses have anything to do with this town, let alone female horses. The pony talk is over, Rodek.
Where the hell is he in all of this?
What?
I didn't think he was much of anything anyway.
Yeah, but we haven't even
What?
seen him, we haven't heard him.
Mares are female horses. You're dumb. Vandris, back me up on this.
I just look to Emiria, and I shake my head, and I kind of go like this.
Watch the horns, please. This is uncomfortable.
I'm like climbing on
Oh
them.
no! Come on,
Tail whipping back and
I
forth.
just polished them. Okay, it's fine. I don't know. It says he's in the thing. There's been an awkward guy in a weird hat that in the reconstruction who's been beaming and celebrating. He looks real comfortable. Looks like a little piece of shit though.
I was saying he can't. He doesn't have any real power, right? I mean, it's just a figurehead. He's not a real person.
What are you talking about?
Could we?
The mayor,
mayor.
not the mayor.
Well, then
the
tell
mayor.
Rodek not to talk about
I
female
said
horses.
that
Ew.
mayor.
Is that dwarvish? Anyway, Vandris, exactly to what you're saying. I'm glad you brought up the mayor, because that is very important. I think he's probably been paid off by Alphonse at this point.
Well, that's what I.
You weren't even talking about mayors. You were talking about horses.
So,
Do you think he would even pay him off or just let him live?
Or charm him.
the possibilities
All of
are
the
quite
above?
literally endless. I turn to Amir and I say, listen, Rodek wanted to go into town and just survey what's going on. Is that wise at all? Should we steer
think we'd be
clear?
safe?
The five of us, can we waltz around, or are we just going to get
That's
murdered?
you guys in the flyer. If they're trying to keep up that appearance, I don't see why you guys should have to worry about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
we should make it seem like we're like super fancy and waltz through the town like, haha, we've killed a dragon. And see if people will give us money and affection and friendship and a new family and a pony and a new house and some items.
You have a lot of baggage, Sylvie.
What do you mean? I only have the one pack.
Can you please get off me now?
No, it's warm up here. Love you. And I wrap my little scaly arms around her neck.
Well, now look, and the next question is, do we try to correct the record? Do we try to let them know
What?
correct? Should we try to clarify that Alphonse is not paying us?
Yeah, and
No.
we're definitely not mercenaries. We're heroes for
No,
hire.
because if you try to do that, then people are going to go, oh, well, maybe they're not the mercenaries. Maybe they're just pretending. Oh, well, all of these flyers say that Alphonse is the one who did it. They're liars, and we don't want to ruin our reputation.
I do feel like we should get some credit, though. I mean, we killed a dragon.
I think we should keep tight-lipped about this until this celebration that he's talking about, and then we can leverage it. Or just make it blow up in his face.
I don't hate that idea. But to Rodek's point, we're not exactly politicians.
Right.
What is that?
I think we need to go out and see it with our own two eyes.
Okay.
Couldn't hurt to just take a look.
Right.
And then, I mean, look, we're running out of daylight, quite literally.
So if somebody walks up and says, "Oh my gosh, the heroes," don't say "yeah." Just say "hmm."
No, I think we acknowledge, like, clearly they know of us from Gullhaven. It
Oh,
mentions...
no, I'm putting on my strut.
Strut
Yeah.
acquired.
Yeah.
And I say for now, we don't clarify the whole Alphonse thing. We keep that in our back pocket, and then we can maybe expose them at some point.
Fine. I agree.
For now.
We don't have a lot of time.
Exposed.
Do you mind leading us through the town at least?
Exposed, sir.
To me.
I'm gonna expose you. Expose you. Oh my God! Expose you.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Maybe take us to points of interest or something that you saw that maybe we need to see ourselves.
I mean, they're rebuilding and setting up for the parade in New Arcadia Square, right? You know, right up where your hotel was. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, you can go into the districts, but I wouldn't stay around where the fighting's happening.
Where's the fighting happening?
Along the borders, in the areas that are less touristy.
I wonder if we can make it into Little Oolong. If we can cross through any of those dangerous
You
points.
should be able to. Fine. You should just stick to the promenade. You know, just don't go down any dark alleys, and you'll be fine.
All right.
And we also need to find out where those slaves are going.
I agree.
I think that needs to be our first order.
And maybe where they're coming from.
Right?
And where are all these people even coming from?
Have you learned that? Have you learned where they're coming in
I
from?
assume they're coming from Necbat. I don't ask these motherfuckers. If I get in a conversation with them, I'm gonna punch them out and I'm gonna get arrested, and then you'll have to bust me out, and it'll be a whole complicated thing.
It'll
be a whole side quest.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Quite literally. Well, we appreciate you keeping your cool.
It's been very tough.
I'm
knowing
sure.
that you guys are almost dying horribly almost every day, I am doing my best to not make that worse for you guys.
We appreciate it.
And I appreciate this thing. And she kind of shows her own medallion and...
Oh, I think she was pointing at me, the black dragon on her back. You're welcome. I appreciate this thing too.
And I point at her.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, shall we?
Can we just say that we basically told her everything about the fight and about Guru and all this stuff and
Yeah.
All right, so she's fully up to.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Right.
Wait till Seamus hears about this.
If you kill that guy, I was gonna fucking joke.
I think it has to do with some of Baron Summity's magic. It gave us an edge.
Do you think we're gonna see him again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use that from now on.
That's fine.
Yeah, I do. I unfortunately do.
So you think we're going to see Baron Samedi again?
Oh, I don't think he's done with us.
He talked about riding into battle against the Raven Queen.
Titania literally
What?
showed me his bottle, and I think that must definitely mean that he has more to play in our story.
This guy is trying to do things that are so far beyond us that I can't even comprehend what they mean at this point.
I mean, it's so like a Dracula Lich is one thing, whatever a Dracula is, but a vampire Lich is one thing. But the fact that there's this being that's trying to kill or defeat the Raven Queen,
Talking about gods.
These like literal gods of death.
We're just four mortals.
And Titania.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. We do have some.
Lumi, who's
Lumi's a bitch, but yeah, we've got
Is
her.
Lily back yet, or she's?
No, I haven't summoned her yet. She died.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up.
That's okay. And she doesn't really die. She goes back into the Feywild. She's probably just, partying
chilling.
with other pixies, and then she's
Chilling
gonna
on
yell
the
at me
toadstool.
again when I bring her back.
Does it hurt when she dies?
I don't know. I've never asked.
That's an awkward relationship.
It is, because I killed her once with a really creepy beating heart, but that's another story.
Is that the one that I convinced Dobro to pick up? I missed that bastard.
Yeah, it was. It didn't kill him, though.
No, but he was looking pretty rough.
it was.
Good times, guys.
We've been
Well-
through a lot.
Into Agway?
All right,
To
let's go to
Agway.
Agway.
I'm gonna grab a meal. I'll catch up with you guys later.
All right.
If you
See you
need
later.
anything, let us know.
She sits down and she calls over the cook and he starts bringing out some food. And you all make your way out into the top deck. And as you're walking, kind of the breeze picks up. Sylvia, I need you to make a perception check, please.
Oh boy. 14.
14. You notice just very faintly a small dark object kind of drifting on the wind, whipping its way towards you, and you aren't able to kind of notice as it hits you in the face. And
Ow!
you notice, and it feels like paper or thicker than paper, and you grab it, you pull it off, and it's a large card, black, and you realize it's a Taroka card. It's the one of stars, the transmuter. On the front, it says written in silver ink, tomorrow, sunset. On the back, you flip it over, that same familiar signature, Madame Astra.
Let's keep going, guys.
No, I'm just kidding. I immediately tell them what I saw.
I would say, yeah, you guys definitely saw
What have you got there?
It's a Tarot card from Madame Astra. I think it's one of Alphonse's. It's the one of stars, the transmuter, and it says see you tomorrow.
You think that she's meeting with Alphonse?
Oh, she's trying to help us. She seemed to like you a lot.
Yeah.
Did she send you a secret flying message? That's really cool.
It's scary.
What if she's telling us to go to her place tomorrow?
Well, either way, I think we should go check if Alphonse is going to be there. But maybe.
Let's be very careful. The fact that she can just wizard or warlock or whatever a card.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, she just slapped you in the face with a message.
Yeah, I just feel like I got Taroka slapped in the face.
I mean, how often does that happen? That's pretty cool.
With cards, not often.
Oh. Help me out here.
Avantris, let me tell you, lad. I've learned a thing or two in the last year or so with you goons. I just don't try anymore. There's no getting through. There's no reasoning. There's no logic.
I did want to say that when I first met you did have a twinkle in your eye that's not there anymore.
Well, maybe I was just.
I took it. It's in my
a wee
pocket.
bit more hopeful, we'll say, than I am now. But
I have a tendency of stealing everybody's twinkle.
That's okay. All right.
Is it?
Well, what are we gonna do about it?
That's true.
Okay. So, as you're making your way into the harbor,
All right.
you see ships still docking and sailing in from all different parts of the world. However, kind of not too far from your slip, you see a number of... Oh, thanks for the follow,
Queen of
Queen.
Geese. Thank
It's
you.
great to have you in the Avantris fam. You see several large ships with many internal decks in the galley you can see, and each of them has 3 triangular sails. The make of this seems to definitely be Nekbeshan. As you make your way down into the harbor, you see that one has just recently docked. And there are a number of Dragonborn, some humans, you see a couple of Aarakocra, and they're all kind of like shouting and calling, and you kind of hear like the rattling and chained and shuffling of footsteps as you see a row of humanoids handcuffed with bindings on their legs, shuffling down the ramp onto the dock and being marched up through the harbor into the city.
I whisper to the rest of the group, we can't let these people just be murdered.
Is that what they're doing with him?
we don't know what they're doing.
I mean, it can't be good.
Oh no. Are they coming? They're coming into the city. I thought they were taking people away from the city.
Well,
I think they're getting
bringing
marched
them in.
through.
They're transporting them through
I
here.
know, I'm just so shocked. I thought they were taking them away, and now I know that they're here, and that's just different.
Well, let's hang back and we're going through town anyway. Let's just hang back and follow them.
Can we
and
see
see
if
where
the
they're going.
people will we be able to tell if they look like they're from Nekbet or if they were transported like through Nekbet?
They seem like they're probably all natives. You see predominantly humans, a number of Dragonborn, both chromatic and metallic, a number of Aarakocra. All of them seem to have vulture heads. You see some tabaxi, some lizard folk, and basically all sorts of humanoids. And they seem to be a little bit hardier, both men and women, but these aren't kind of like the petite, gentler looking ones that you had known had been being shipped more to Alphonse. These seem to be a little bit hardier looking folk.
So like for working.
I was gonna just lean into the group and
This is not good.
I hate to say this, but what if they're building something?
Like what?
What if they're bringing in a massive workforce to build something outside of Hogway? God knows how far.
Oh, like a gazebo!
Or some terrible structure or monument to
Like a
devils.
dread gazebo.
Right. Right, that's exactly right. How far away are we seeing this? Can we catch up and kind of just tail them?
I would say that they're not rushing. You see that they're all kind of flanked by guards, but you can kind of tail and act nonchalant if you care to. If you want to get a little closer to try to listen and watch,
I think we should.
You could just make I would say make a stealth check to just be incognito.
Oh baby!
Group stealth check.
Anybody want to know what the lowest I can get on stealth is now? It's a 23.
Stop it. Is it really?
The lowest I can roll is a 23.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
23.
23. Wow. Don't you have cloak of the bat, so you're always advantage?
In darkness you are, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think I'm always advantaged.
So 23.
Actually, no. I might be.
I thought you always are.
Oh,
Well,
rolled a 20.
we'll just say it's still a 23.
23. Rodak.
Hold on. On D&D Beyond, I can go to skills, and I knew that 11.
11.
Yes, Nose, I have plus 13.
7.
7.
Hey, Vandris, you want to know what I got?
What?
Guess.
Annulin is so good at
22.
being sneaky.
Guess again.
I don't care.
29.
Hey!
That's great. How does it feel to let you know that I wasn't even trying?
So you
I
all
rolled a
blend,
natural 20.
you all blend into the crowd, and I'm gonna need a group perception check. So you're making your way. You're kind of following, hanging back. You're trying to listen, and you're getting a sense of you're trying to listen to what they're talking about. Can I get a group?
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Perception?
I was distracted. Group perception?
Yep.
16 for me.
19.
So I'm just updating our extension. Anybody watching on Twitch, you see Feywild characters right now.
20.
20? Okay, 20. What do you guys hit?
19.
19.
Hey, Vandris, guess what I got? 26.
Again, I say, how does it feel to know that I wasn't even trying?
So, as you get closer and closer, you see a one human, and you can see that they're also being flanked by these giant hyenas on with these huge chains, and there's a number of falcon-headed Aarakocra kind of flying over, kind of keeping an eye on this. And you, as you're making your way, you hear one of these kind of rough-looking humans, kind of covered in scars, look at another one that's kind of leading these, and you can kind of hear little bits and pieces talking about gang business, how things have been going really well, how that the Bushwhackers and the Jade Iris had no idea what they were in for, and then it's without Guru involved, like they were all a bunch of basically weak cowards, and the caravan were the only ones that actually stayed strong. And then you kind of hear him lean in, and he says, "I'm so glad that Nziri is ordering so many more. She pays so much better than Alphonse does." And one kind of leans in and
Nziri?
Nziri. Enziri. And the other human kind of leans in and he leans in and says, I'm with you, but what do you think the Forge Master's doing with all of these? And then the other one says,
The Forge Master.
Forge or Forge?
Forge.
Forge Master.
The Forge Master.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
And then the taller one shrugs and he laughs and says, I don't give a fuck what she's doing. As long as I keep getting paid and we get these, and at least if we get half of these to survive the trip to Svarog, I don't care. And you can kind of hear more talk of that as you make your way through the city.
Is there anybody that looks like they're more in charge than everyone else?
There is a blue dragonborn that's at the head that is riding on top of a giant hyena.
I think I should go talk to that guy?
No, they're taking them to Svarog.
Yeah, do we want to find out more information?
What's a Svarog?
Correct me if I'm wrong, that's where Annulin's mother is. That's the whole fire
Annulin
giant
has a
thing, right?
mother?
Wait, really?
Yes, right? Aye.
You knew that. I thought your mom died.
No!
What?
No, we're going to save her.
Oh, I thought we were gonna let her die and come here first.
No, well...
Was that not true? I'm so sorry, Annulin. It's okay.
Don't touch me.
I'll turn into a dragon for you.
You just the danger in Ogway was just very pressing, and you couldn't let it wait.
I could have sworn when she wasn't around, you said, "Man, I can't believe we're letting Angelin's mom die to go to Ogway."
Did you say that?
No, we never said that though. The whole point is, as soon as we're done here, we're gonna go to Svarog with Orpheus. He's gonna know a way in. And now we clearly don't have as much time in Svarog as I was hoping. If he's up to something, or they, giant, whatever, are up to something.
I don't know if this is the best time to bring this up, but I sent a letter to my brother, who was supposed to be helping us, and he kind of just did what he usually does and said fuck off in a nice, like, polite way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aye.
So
It's about right.
I don't know what to do now. I was really counting on him and like the other, the other.
What did you specifically ask of them?
Well, they were,
You mean just for help finding your mother?
Yeah, they were gonna, with the druids and all the rangers, I was kind of expecting some backup there because it's like...
And your own brother told you no?
Yeah, but he's always like, oh, like the Thorn Mother, and it just, He basically said no. He said no, he's not coming.
Oh,
I
no.
expected as much. They seem...
What? I didn't.
Your brother was a nice lad, certainly.
Kind of a dick.
He's
always been that way.
Well, he's
All of my brothers are dicks.
Let's take a look from his end. He's very devoted, and
Shouldn't he be devoted to me and our mother and our small and shrinking family?
I agree, but he didn't seem that devoted to the family when we met him last time. And if he's truly devoted to the Thorn Mother and to Arlon and to the druids and the rangers, whatever you have going on up there, then maybe he thinks his service is worth more than the chance that your mother's still alive.
I know I don't have a very good track record because the two people that I came here to save are both dead. And my point is, don't lose hope. We're going to get this wrapped up. We're going to take care of Alphonse. We're going to kill ourselves a Dracula Lich, whatever a Dracula is. And then we're going to move on with Orpheus' help to find your mother.
We're going to kill a Dracula Lich.
Yeah.
I think you said we're going to kill ourselves. A Dracula Lich.
No, we're gonna. Yeah, no. I mean, we're gonna kill ourselves a lich. We're gonna.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna tag him and bag him, as they say in my old profession.
Me.
No, we're gonna get this all wrapped up,
of your friends.
and then we're gonna move on, and we're gonna find your mother alive and okay, and we're gonna save the rest of these people who are getting shipped up there too.
It's just it's different than here. It's a different place and a different. I don't know. I was just really counting on the skills that they had and the magic that they had, and they know the land so much better. This is the farthest I've been from home, and I haven't been into those mountains because they're dangerous.
Hey, none of us have. It's the first time for
That
everything,
doesn't
right?
make me feel better.
We've gotten this far on our own. We've had a little bit of help here and there, but we've relied on each other and we've made it this far.
Do you think that your mom, if she's alive, would ever adopt a gnome? Because my mom kind of sucks.
I don't know.
If she would,
Hard to say.
I would work really hard to be your sister. And then we can both look for our mom.
Well.
And then we can both kick our brother in the balls.
That would be awesome.
Okay, it's we're gonna do it. Annulin's my sister now. I'm a half elf.
Well,
I'm a gnome. I'm like 6 feet tall.
You look like one.
you are.
If this is our next goal, which I think it always was going to be anyway, once we figure out what Alphonse is up to, and we take care of him, because we're going to, and we're going to get out of this alive, I think that we should take some time to figure out what we're walking into next.
Right.
I agree.
I want to go talk to that big blue dragonborn.
You stay in line, and we're not going to try to kill anyone.
No,
We're
I
not
just
going
want to talk to
anyone.
him.
That's fine. Just let's not cause too much trouble.
Are you
And
gonna put a
hopefully-
disguise on?
No.
Okay, good.
Hopefully,
You can talk to him.
Those days are over, unless absolutely necessary, like the time with the crocodile, and I don't really want to talk about that. So we're gonna move on from that, but I just want to go talk to him.
Right,
All
that's
I want
right.
to do is talk to him.
We will be right here. We're going to keep eyes on you. And just do whatever kind of weird bird call or whatever to just let us know if you're in trouble.
I would be happy to.
All right.
And I begin to saunter on over to the large dragonborn.
You saunter on over.
He's gonna
You
die.
see this large, rough-looking blue dragonborn, fully armored, a large axe on his back, marked up with scars. You see kind of a large, like any point where there's a weak point in the armor, you just see is completely scarred up, and he just is looking straight ahead, holding the reins on this huge, giant hyena that he's somehow mounting.
I want to shout out to him. Hello there, friend.
This is caravan business. Move along.
So he speaks English.
He speaks common. Yes.
I'd like to use panache.
Okay.
He speaks common. Sorry, English. Whatever. It is English.
Nerd.
Yes, I'm a fake gamer boy. You guys caught me. I've been pretending to be a nerd for 3 years.
This whole time.
I'd like to panache him.
Okay, how does that work?
So, as an action, I can make a persuasion check contested by a creature's insight check. On a success, a hostile creature has disadvantage. He's not hostile, though. But if he isn't hostile, he's charmed for 1 minute.
Okay.
I got a 29.
I got a 13. So,
All right.
those words alone.
Well, no, I just wanted to see, and then I want to use the thing and then proceed to talk to him after he says. I just want to make sure he spoke common first. So I want to say, that's mighty fine armor you got there. You look like quite the warrior.
You see kind of his stern facade kind of cracks like, oh, really? Thank you. I killed the man that used to own it.
I slap my knee and I laugh, very voraciously. And I say, they put you in charge of all of these people.
Yes, of course they do.
Well, that's impressive.
Oh, yes, I killed many men and Dragonborn alike to get here. Yes, thank you for noticing.
Power through combat. I can appreciate that.
Yes, that is the caravan way. Regara did not respect my power as much as Zolga has, so I appreciate it.
Well, that's good. It's important to recognize power when we see it, eh?
No, I agree.
So, where are all these people going? This is a lot of people to be coming in. Are they here for the festival?
Well, no, these are passing through. We will pass them off to our long rangers that will guide these through a very long journey.
Interesting. Now, I know you said caravan business, and we all know the caravan is very important around here, and
Yes,
I don't want to
they
pry.
are.
I respect the caravan immensely. Where are these long rangers taking them?
They're taking them to Svarog.
For any real reason? Is this a new thing? Has this been going? I'm not from around here. I just, again, I want to respect and understand the customs of the caravan.
And Ziri, she pays us very well.
And you don't know what she does with them?
I know that she puts them to work in her forges. I do not know what she does. All she does is request the heartiest of slaves. We provide and we get paid very well.
Well, I thank you for your time. Keep up the good killing, the strength in the combat, and I believe in you.
Thank you. I believe in you too.
And I saunter away.
You kind of see like a kind of smile on his face as he rides off, and Vanish meets up with the rest of the party.
How dashing.
How charming. I bet he's never scared.
Well, they're definitely being put to work in forges, it sounds like. But it sounds like whoever this person is that's purchasing these people doesn't really tell them very much. I mean, clearly that guy's just there for cracking skulls when the time comes for it.
Isn't that the same name that they kept saying when I stole my sister back?
Who?
Anziri or Anzeri?
Anziri?
Isn't that the same name that they were talking about? They're like partnered with the former chick, and then she was killed, and now it's Succubus.
Have we heard that name before?
I don't remember.
This is a new name.
What
too.
was the name that they told us about?
So
I don't know what you're.
So
referring to.
Solaris had a fake name.
No, Solaris had a fake name, but
Zolga.
they were
Zolga.
talking about somebody else that they were working with who was also like a head of the caravan or did something
Oh,
for the
the
caravan.
vulture
Ikis.
vizier.
Ikis, that's what I was
Ikis.
thinking
Okay.
He's the vulture guy.
Well,
Never mind.
I guess
Sounds the same.
we've verified what we thought we heard, and we're definitely taking them all the way up to where your mother's being held, and it sounds like they're being put to work. I don't know what the forges is what he said. They're being used in the forges.
Well,
Aren't there fire giants up there?
Yeah. And
What if they're using it to bolster the fire in the fire giants?
what were you going to say, Annulin?
I would think that they're making weapons in the forges. That's what my mother did in our town. She was extremely skilled.
Creating weapons.
Well, it's at least nice to know that unlike Alphonse's slaves, they're not being immediately having their souls ripped from their bodies.
I just have to hope that they knew she served a purpose and that's why they took her, so maybe she is still alive.
Oh, I had an idea. Do you want to try to see her if she's still alive?
Is that an option?
Well, yeah, if you can describe what she looks like to me and who she is, I can cast Scrying and see if we can see her. At least see if she's still alive.
Have you been able to do this whole time?
Yeah, but I thought she's been dead up until 5 minutes ago.
But we could have talked to her if she was dead.
Well, no, we can't
With the
talk.
scroll!
What do you mean?
Oh, right.
That would require us to be with the body.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so when we get back tonight, we'll try that.
Okay. I can wait.
Awesome.
wait.
I mean, you've waited this long anyway.
I can wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she was dead up until 5 minutes ago.
Are you sure we can't just spare a few minutes and do it now?
I
Or is
mean,
this something that requires time and energy?
I guess we could. I just don't see why we would.
Listen, I look around. We don't have much time anyway. We don't want to be out and about at night if we are worried that Alphonse
So
might
we'll
just
do it
strike us
tonight
dead.
when we get back, you know?
Well, I'm saying we have to start heading back soon anyway.
Okay, sure.
We can get an early start tomorrow morning and really
then
go
we can go
explore the
see-
town, but
Until we meet up with Madame Astra.
yes. I know you wanted to see more today, but we're losing daylight quickly.
Well, right, but I think we still need to walk around the town at least. I'm. It's terrible that these slaves are going to go work, but at least they're not being killed, and we can't stop the whole slave trade on our own.
I agree.
So hopefully we can hopefully give them some salvation in weeks' time once we're done here.
Can you wait until this evening to try the scrying? I hate to make you wait.
I know. It's okay.
All right, then let's maybe
I
carry
mean,
on.
I might not even be able to do it. Like, I'll channel my magic, but nothing might come back. So,
what would that mean?
she's either dead or my magic didn't work.
Neither of those are a great outcome.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have anything you want to? Would you like to lead and take us where you want to go?
Right, that's absolutely. I would like to at least walk along the promenade and just look around to see what does it look like, where the boat was. You know,
right.
Just to kind of survey what's going on.
Okay.
And so I just let's just walk through town in the safe parts, just so we can kind of get a lay of the land, get some information, see what's going on, any points of interest.
So you make your way up the Magnolia Promenade. You see, despite the horrific events just the previous evening, that more tourist ships are coming in. There are more people flocking the streets. It's very crowded. Amidst them, however, you see carts and wagons with stone and lumber and tools and supplies being carted up. And as you can see up ahead as you make your way, that same spot where you'd seen the massive riverboat, the Hungry Catfish, is no longer there. A couple of the buildings being completely leveled, but you're starting to see that there's some scaffolding and there's work already being done. You make your way further and further, and you see parts of the railings and the embankments along the river that had been completely taken off by Garu's massive claws are patched up currently with wood, and they're bringing in masons and they're working. And as you make your way, you start to see that this is an incredibly intense construction zone, that work has already begun. And as you notice, you actually see that a lot of these workers seem to also be similar look to caravan workers, or caravan enforcers and the like. And as you make your way, you see everyone seems to be going around to their business and hard at work reconstructing. And you see a man, human, not super tall, a little bit portly, in an ill-fitting suit with a bowler cap on, large gray mustache. As he says, "Yes, well done. Move on this. Do your work over there. Yes, good job. The city appreciates your service." And he's beaming, occasionally grabbing on the sides of his coat. As you can kind of see, like his buttons are almost like popping a little bit as he's holding and he's beaming around, and he's just kind of pointing around, looking like he feels very self-important.
That might be the mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor.
Oh, thanks. I started looking for a horse.
Do we think it's worth talking to him?
No.
I agree with Sylvie, but we're gonna try anyway.
Yeah, because Rodek's gonna make us.
No, I mean, we can...
I just don't think he knows anything.
I'd like to see how in the pocket he is of Alphonse.
Oh, he's like at the bottom with the lint and stuff and the old gum that you put in a wrapper.
Truth.
He just can't even see the light from how far he is in the pocket.
Yeah.
Well, I think you'll want credit for killing a dragon, right?
Absolutely.
Well, this is how we do it.
I'll lead the way. I'm right behind you.
All right,
Can I suggest something?
Right.
And normally it wouldn't be this route that I would take, but I think that he might respond well to a heavier hand.
You gonna slap him?
Well, I was hoping Rodek would verbally threaten him.
We're not gonna have Rodek rough up the mayor.
I didn't say lay hands on the guy. I just said...
What is an intimidation what are you hoping... Let me ask you this. What are you hoping to gain by an intimidation tactic? Squeezing out information out of him?
A little bit. I think that he... Just from watching the guy, it seems like he would be receptive to a little fear.
Is he human?
Yes.
How old does he look?
He seems to be in his 50s.
We don't want him to just keel over.
He's gonna be fine.
I don't think we even... it seems to me like he'll probably be very forthcoming with information.
Maybe we make that plan B.
Okay.
And just because I'm strong, I'm not the most intimidating with
As
my
they're
webs.
talking, I walk up to him and go,
Oh, you are the most handsome man I've ever seen in my entire life.
She learns quick.
Such power.
Make a performance check.
She learns quick.
Jesus. Performance. 18.
You see him immediately blush as he turns to you and goes, thank you, young lady. Wendell, my name is Wendell.
Oh my god, a handsome name for such a handsome and gallant man.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, what a grip, you're so strong.
It's the weakest handshake you've ever
I lean
experienced.
into Rodek and I say, see, those words just wouldn't mean the same thing coming from me.
I think I'll just...
And, so, and he kind of gets this a sly smile and he says, guess what?
I couldn't even begin.
I'm the mayor.
No, I don't doubt it for a second.
You
With
mean
that
you-
kind of power in just your smile alone.
You mean you don't recognize me? I've been the mayor this whole time.
I've never gotten so close as to see such charm in someone's eyes before.
Oh, well, what is your name, young lady?
Sylvie.
Sylvie, oh my! You're the mercenary for hire that Mr. LeBlanc hired to save the town.
Yes, you would never be wrong about anything.
No, he wouldn't.
No, you.
Oh, I wouldn't. Oh, yes, it feels so good to hear that. I spent so long being told I was wrong about everything.
And all of those people are stupid.
Yes, no, I know, and dead.
And ugly.
And dead thanks to you, yes. Oh, yes.
Thanks to me. For you.
You did that for me?
I would do anything for you.
I thought you did it for Mr. LeBlanc's gold.
Little did you know, you were the one with my heart.
Did you see a picture of me?
I heard tales of your beauty and grace. and handsome, manly face.
Did you hear that from Mr. LeBlanc?
He speaks so highly of you.
Does he really?
He thinks you're great.
What else did he say?
That you're one of the strongest mayors he's ever seen.
He did tell me that.
I'm sure he did.
He did. He told me that.
That you have the most mintiest breath he's ever smelled.
And inside I'm thinking, wow, Rodek's breath isn't so bad.
And he says, "Oh well, he's never said that." Okay.
He probably didn't want it to go to your head, because he knew you had a huge job to do.
Oh, I do, rebuilding and setting up for Nuit Blanche. And no filthy, horrible frogmen doing it.
Exactly, ones that can't even talk to you.
Exactly. I never cared for that at all.
Exactly. How did you get this position? Was it just because you're so strong and intelligent and attractive with the mintiest breath and being the best mayor?
Well, I put in an application and it was accepted, and I'm very good at following orders, and that's what a mayor does.
What did you put on your resume?
Very good at following orders and doing whatever Mr. Guru said, but not anymore. I'm my own man.
And Alphonse LeBlanc, he probably pays you thousands of platinum a day, right?
He has given me a stipend, but no, as a mayor, I do it for my love of the people.
That is such a wonderful thing.
I'll sort of sidle up and.
Oh, well, Rodek, I apologize. I'm sorry, I was blinded by your handsomeness. I forgot your name again.
Oh, Wendell Halford. Wendell Halford.
This is Rodek. As you can see, his muscles aren't nearly as large as yours, and it's taken all of my control to keep him from you. He's your biggest fan.
Is that so?
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. We've been in town for a while. We've never met.
Oh, no, I've never really felt the gumption to go out here and be in broad daylight and show my face. So it's been very refreshing.
And because of that, anything we ask you is purely because we're just so intrigued by you and your gloriousness.
Can you make a persuasion check? Just in jet.
No.
Uh-oh.
10.
10.
Awesome.
Okay.
As bad as I thought.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, I it's very nice to meet a fan.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. This is
are you
Daniel and Avantris. We're
the other mercenaries, the cutthroats.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
Does he call us the cutthroats? Is that what he's
Oh,
saying?
yeah, no, I heard you're very good at killing, and that's why he hired you all. I can't believe you that you killed the dragon.
And he specifically said the word mercenaries.
He
did.
Because we are the most mercenary of all mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
My face sours a little.
So what's the plan?
Is that a little?
What's the plan in the aftermath of everything with Guru?
Oh, I mean, our town, who knows what sort of dark things that Mr. Guru was doing as a dragon the whole time. I mean, and now, can you imagine how fortunate, what would have happened if Mr. LeBlanc hadn't been here? And the fact that we have such a famous and powerful alchemist in our very town.
Exactly.
And he cares so much about the people of Agwe.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
It's charming.
I mean, he even went out of his way to hire heroes.
Oh, he did hire mercenaries. It was wonderful.
Heroes.
Oh, yes, mercenaries were wonderful. And you will be granted a prime seat for the Nuit Blanche parade.
Wendell, you wouldn't say that it was heroic that we took down that dragon?
It was very heroic.
Me.
No, it was heroic, but heroic for mercenaries.
You can't be a hero without heroic in the name.
Heroic mercenaries.
So this parade that you're mentioning, we're getting a front row seat to it.
Yes, absolutely.
What does the parade generally consist of?
Oh, have you not been in Agwe for Nuit Blanche festivals?
I
One
can't
of
say that I have.
our greatest parties.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, there'll be wonderful floats and beautiful women and food and
Women, you
drink
say?
and yes, women.
Easy now.
Women, and there's the whole thing about
Will you
celebrating
have-
Saluna, but we don't really care that much anymore. It's
Will
very.
there be gnomes too?
Wait. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You said you don't care about the whole saloon?
Oh, that is the tradition, but it's more about the drinking and the music and the festivities and the women and the food and the parade
How
and the
does
women.
Again, not to cut you off, how does Mr. LeBlanc feel about that?
Oh, Mr. LeBlanc is very respectful of our city's traditions.
He hasn't specifically mentioned anything about Saluna.
No, not at all.
All right.
I know he is a firm believer, but those who enjoy Saluna's blessings still enjoy Nuit Blanche, although it may have lost its religious roots along the way.
He is quite the party thrower, so I'm sure what you're saying is accurate.
We've been to a masquerade that he threw in Gullhaven.
Oh,
and it was phenomenal, spectacular, irregular.
I've never been to one of his parties, but he speaks very highly of them, and he says this is going to be. With his resources and his help and all of these wonderful workers he's paying to rebuild the town. It's going to be the most amazing Nuit Blanche yet. In hundreds of years.
I cannot wait. And there's no one I would rather have leading the charge than someone as capable as you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Fendel.
I feel. Oh, it's Wendell actually, and
That's
I feel.
What I said.
Oh, no. Pardon me, miss. I just feel so empowered now that I have someone who can. I don't have to feel like a weak, cowering dog.
Randall, that is so right.
And I should have known that he was a dragon. Only a dragon can keep Wendell Halford down.
Kendall, that is exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, it's actually Wendell.
I'm sorry, what? That's what I said.
Oh, excuse me.
So who's on first shit?
Ow, my sides literally hurt. Stop it.
Is there anything we can do to help with the recovery of the town?
No, now, Rodek, it doesn't involve killing, so clearly we can't help.
Well,
Spindle, is there anything that we could do? Is there anything that we could do to possibly take some of this load off of your hands? I know that when Alphonse blows a huge load all over us, sometimes it helps to have someone willing to take some of that off.
I know the feeling.
I vote we murder Sylvie.
You know you give me one of them daddy bitch ocean stories.
No.
Nothing makes me happier than this right here. Crocodium. You can do it, Mike.
How now, brown cow? How now? Okay. He looks at you and he says, "Oh no, you don't have to do anything at all. It's Wendell, by the way, actually."
That's what I said.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Madness! This is madness!
No, you should take a load off, in fact. The only load that should be done is taken off by you. And enjoying your time up until Nuit Blanche. We will be celebrated as heroes, and of course, we'll have a wonderful parade for those that have tragically lost their lives to the horrible cancer of our city, Remy Garou. But it has all been purged now, thanks to Mr. LeBlanc and his mercenaries.
Bindle, there is no one who could have said that more succinctly and with more passion than you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's Wendell, by the way.
That's what I said.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, you keep doing your mayor.
Oh my God!
Thank you very much.
If Sylvie were here, she'd transform into a dragon and get on your shoulder.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hi,
Thank
we
you
love
so
you.
much.
Well, anyway, you're clearly very busy. We should let you get back to work.
But if you need any heroic deeds done, you know who to reach out to.
Yeah.
Heroic deeds.
Oh, I don't have enough money to afford mercenaries. But Alphonse said that you work for him, so, I mean, I'll ask him to tell you what to do.
He said we work for him?
Yes, he did. He said that all of you work for him.
We are so honored to.
Oh,
Of course
As I'm
we
sure
are.
you are too, Wendell.
I'm very well. I don't work for him. He's just a new patron of the town and a new upstanding citizen. And did you know it's his family, his ancestral home?
Did you know this is my ancestral home?
Oh, is it?
I have something in common with him.
Oh, I mean, he speaks very highly of you. All.
Twinkle.
Especially you. He's mentioned you as his favorite.
What has he said about me?
He said he really wants to meet you in person, one-on-one, and he cannot wait to do it.
And now you can tell him you've met me 1 on 4.
Oh, I will. I don't know what that means, but sure.
Anyways, it's been lovely. Have a wonderful day, and we'll be seeing you. Just let us know. We're goodbye.
Thank you, and we'll have the most primo seats for you for Nuit Blanche.
I'll see you then, Dindle. Have a great night. Goodbye.
Oh, I will. Goodbye. Oh, it's Wendell, by the way.
That's what I said.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
I will walk away.
You all walk away and leaving Bindle, Grindle. I don't even know anymore.
Thanks, Murder Squid.
Thank you.
I'm now Bilby. Bilby.
Well,
You guys talk so I can like
all-
massage my sides.
all said and done, nice job.
That proves my point. He's absolutely worthless, and we'll get nothing from him.
So we
That's
just
what I said.
well, we
Well, but now
confirm that.
it's proven.
We confirmed
It's
it.
the same thing that I said about people. If you walk up to someone, you say, "Are you a human?" and they say no. Well, they would never do that. If they say yes, and then they turn into an ancient black dragon, you know there's the possibility of being a liar. Proven.
Anyway, nice job.
Thank you.
I thought
Well
the
done.
way that you spoke to him was something to envy.
He kept correcting me when I would say his name properly. It was strange.
Well, I appreciate you doing all that work, and I'm honestly a bit nervous that all of these workers here are from the caravan.
Why? Of course they would be. You think they're just going to find volunteers after all of that happened to just rush out here and make everything look beautiful by Nuit Blanche? No. They obviously need to use unwilling people.
Well, clearly Alphonse has taken over the Magnolia Promenade.
Clearly.
And probably everything.
Well, speaking of that, I think we need to understand more of what about the other groups?
It doesn't hurt to go talk to Ma,
I
like
think
Sylvie suggested.
I think that's a great
But
idea.
maybe first thing in the morning.
Well, do we have time? We don't have much time. I mean, what?
We don't have much time, but we also don't want to be out the closer it gets to the evening. And I think
I agree.
going to see Ma before we meet up with Madame Astra is probably a good idea.
You think we can make
Yeah.
it? Oh, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow.
Yes, I agree.
Because we don't meet up with Madame Astra until tomorrow.
Correct.
If her Taroka slap to the face told me anything.
I still can't get over that. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
What time is it?
It's like approaching the sunset.
Do we
Well-
really need to be back before dark?
Do you want to risk facing Alphonse?
I don't think he's going to face us. I really don't.
We're pretty. Well, some of us are pretty sneaky.
Hey, leave me out of this.
Now, here. I'm fine if we want to get an early night. I just think, given that we're so short on time, I'd like to try to get. I mean, at least we should perhaps go to Little Yulong and pick up some more potions. At the very
Now
least.
that I
Yeah, I
agree.
think we could do that. But it's weird that you say all that because all I could hear was in your voice you going, Sylvie, you're a witch. Sylvie, you're a witch.
I don't know what that
Is Madame Astra's place in Little Oolong?
No, it's in the Magnolia Promenade.
Okay,
It's an alley.
All right. Well, I agree. We need to go to. I think we need to see Ma, and I think we need to go to Little Oolong. I just don't know if tonight is the time to do it. I'm willing to go, and wherever we go, we need to stay as a group. Especially you. You're not going anywhere
Why?
because Alphonse will snatch you up.
Yeah, he likes you in like a weird way.
So we're keeping our eye on you.
Well, we'll see.
So regardless of what we do, as long as she's in our sights, we're fine.
And that's fine. I think that it would be wasting an evening if we were to just go back and hang out. We've been up for like 5 hours.
I don't think anyone said anything about hanging out. I was thinking we go to sleep and get up super early.
I will do whatever you'd like to do.
I'm fine with going in potions tonight. I said that's a good idea.
Then let's make haste.
I just
Perhaps.
said
I think
it.
it'll give us a good chance to kind of check out the borders of where maybe some of these skirmishes are going.
I
We should be
agree.
cautious, but
Agreed.
And
Let's.
with that, Annalyn, you have this weird thing on your
oh,
nose.
do I?
Yeah, it made me really uncomfortable, but I thought it was funny that you didn't know.
Thanks.
Let's make our way to Little Oolong.
Sisters are for.
I know.
Okay, so you make your way into Little Yulong, and let me switch my music here.
Like a Like a fruit seed.
Oh, it's not
or
like
something?
fruit. I've been like balls deep in this class.
So,
Oh, mature
They
stream,
called you
everybody.
Ann
Mature
Lusher.
stream, everyone.
so
Aww.
you make your
Yeah,
way from the Magnolia Promenade
killing
into Little Yulong.
Speaking of which, I'm
And
almost
as you make your way through the
sorry.
streets,
Integral part of
you notice that the vibe is a little different. It's a little bit more scared. People, as the sun sets and darkness is set over the city now. A little bit of a chill of the winter air coming over the town. And you see people, they realize that it's dark, they're kind of rushing from the restaurants that they're at or the shops that they're at, rushing from work to get back inside. You see Jade Iris enforcers, tabaxi, hobgoblins, humans, definitely in that same kind of jade regalia, looking very beat up, wounded. Some look very tired, walking with a limp as they walk through the town. All of them seem to be on edge. You make your way through, and you find the Wonders of Shishi. It's open to two large jade statues of these lion dog creatures. And you walk through the doorway, and you find the shop undisturbed. You see Jem from Paul standing behind the counter. He says, "Oh, hello, welcome today.
Hi.
Looking to buy more potions? More scrolls?"
We are indeed.
Yeah, we are.
And I think we need to at least get at least 5 each
I agree.
Of what?
Thank you.
of superior healing potions.
Can we afford that?
We can probably afford
450 each, and then 20% discount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought.
it. So
That was superior, right?
I'll do the math. So 450 times.
You found 36,000 gold plus.
We are at exactly, if you tally all of our currencies together, 48,000 gold. I've
Okay,
got.
yeah, never mind. Thank you, Master of Coin.
So it'd be 7,200 gold to get 5
Each.
That's with a
7,000.
20% discount.
Yes, 7,200.
That's fine.
For superiors?
Yes.
So
450.
how much do you want me to take out?
7,200.
Okay.
Oh, crap. I added it, not subtracted.
We're rich.
Sorry, how many was
This
that
is
per
right.
piece?
You got
Five superior.
Potion of healing
So,
superior.
very well, okay.
Good, 'cause
And
I
so
was
she
taxed.
goes back behind the counter. She boxes everything up. There's a large, wonderfully packaged red and green box where all 20 of these potions, there seem to be a 20 pack. And that she hands it to you. She has
What is this, Sam's Club?
She has a clerk come in and help her count all of the gold pieces, and it all seems to be fine. She piles that into the till, and you all now have 20 supreme healing potions, or superior, not supreme. That would be very expensive.
Is Supreme a thing?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
it's like 1,300 per.
Dang.
It's like, yeah.
Do you know what the healing is on that?
Oh, it's nasty. What is that like?
Hold on, I'm
I have
looking
no
it
idea.
up.
Like 12d8.
10d4 plus 20 hit points.
LOL, 10d4. It's like almost all of my health. That would be like almost all of my health with one potion.
Hot diggity.
Yep.
Half.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like? Did the scroll? I hope you did not have reason to use it, but did the scroll work for you?
Oh, I still have it in my pack.
I hope it serves you well.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Do we need any kind of any more additional scrolls? I want to look around and see if there's any kind of interesting magical items that jump out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's whatever magical.
Magical
So
items
you
exist.
see, there's basically potions of all sorts of varieties. There's a necklace of fireballs you can basically get for every bead that you pull off. You can chuck and it turns into a fireball spell.
Felixing intensifies.
Yeah, and so for 2 beads, it's 480 gold for those, and so you can get a necklace of however many beads you'd like. And so you can buy more beads of force for 960 per. There are elemental gems that can summon an elemental. That is 960 gold each. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 960 gold each. there are a number of tokens. There's a Quall's Feather token. There's one that turns into a bird, one that turns into a swan boat. There are a couple others. What else we got here? There are some magical weapons that basically enchanted weapons of all sorts of varieties. Oh, thank you for the raid. Welcome.
Conductors.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Avantris fam.
Welcome to the Avantris fam, and we're buying magical items.
Yeah.
Shopping. It's
So plus one items for all sorts of varieties. Basically, that's 1,000 gold per magical weapon. And there's a number of things. There's Staff of the Adder and Staff of the Python.
Do we want to get a necklace of fireballs just in case we need this?
For what?
Just to blow things up. We're not very good at killing lots of things at once.
It does sound impressive. I certainly can't say I know how to use
I've
it.
actually been working on something that might
You
help
have?
with that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't sleep as much as you guys, so it's like at night
true.
I practice and I do things, and I think I'm pretty close to it.
Well, I think
Maybe
that's
even the
great
next
to
time we
hear.
get in a fight, I'll give it a go.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, how much was the necklace?
Was it 420 per 2 beads? What did I say? 480 per 2 beads.
480, right?
Per 2.
For 2 beads.
And what does each bead do?
You throw it, it's a fireball spell.
So each bead is
Each
a
bead
is
is
a
a
fireball.
Yes.
At base level.
Yes. 3rd level.
It's pretty
Right.
gross.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Shall we each get 2 beads?
Holy shit. We're gonna be literally packing heat.
Let's do it.
I mean, is that too much?
Guys, we've
Mikey
been through
goes
a
to his
lot. We
Alphon
deserve
stat
this.
block and
We
multiplies
do.
the health by like 400. Look, I don't know much about that kind of a thing. I had the wand of shoot Orpheus in the face and then it dissolved in my hands.
There is a wand of magic missile that they're selling.
But it's not a
What's
wand of
that?
shoot Orpheus in the face. And my point is that I get nervous around these magic items. It's not a stabby thing. It's a thing that I could learn. I suppose I could learn.
I mean,
I
we've
left all
been
that
through a
magic
lot.
stuff
You
before.
just have to throw it. It's like your ball bearing.
barely
Like
survived.
it blows up at the other end.
Thanks for the follow,
That-
Barefaced
Thank
Bear.
you.
Thank you for the
Thanks.
follow. I really appreciate it.
That does sound like
Thank you.
something I might be interested in.
Yeah.
So we almost died to the room, and this is going to be even more difficult. We just need to be ready. We need something in our back pocket, and this just might be the thing.
It does kind
Well,
of
you
sound
actually-
dangerous, though, if we're caught in it. I mean, like,
Right? That's why you throw it.
I turn to the shopkeeper. I'm sorry to bother you. I know that we're
No, of course.
loitering in your store while
No,
we...
please, take as long as you need.
This necklace, this particular necklace.
Yes.
What's the blast radius on this bad boy?
It's a 20-foot radius, whatever a fireball is.
Do you hear that? That means none of us can be anywhere close to that.
Right? We would be far away, and we would throw it and blow things up.
Far away isn't really my style.
Well, I know, and it's not mine either. But
When's
look
the
at
last
what
time we
happens.
went into something and there was one guy?
Right? There's always lots of guys.
I'm just thinking. I'm not opposed. I'm just playing devil's advocate here because I'd like to remain unsinged.
And I agree. And it's fine, but you're pretty adept at dodging things. I'm not. I should be
I
more worried
cannot
about this.
promise that I
That
will
is
not
true.
use them on Rodan.
Well, no, I would like to buy 2, please.
Oh, she boxes up 20% for 80.
So feel free if you'd like, but I'm coming around to this whole magic thing at least to.
I'll take 2
To
as
keep
well,
us safe.
I suppose.
Boxes up.
I'm
40
not one to
with
say no to
20%
something
discount,
new.
Whatever that is.
Could I get those set in an earring?
Ooh.
We don't recommend that.
Worth a shot.
The
I'll take
necklace
2
of-
though.
Okay, so 480 for 2 beads.
What is the item listed under? Is it just bead of fireball?
Are you getting 2? You know, you're good.
There is no bead. Oh, bead of force.
So
Is
480 times 3, 20% off.
So
What's it called?
1152.
necklace
Well,
of
I already
fireballs.
removed 480
So
3
I'll-
times, so.
So hold on.
Necklace of fireballs.
For 2 beads.
And it has 2 beads.
So
Okay.
add 288 gold back.
Okay. She packages them up, she hands them to you. Thank you very much for your business. We appreciate your patronage and your Shishi membership.
Thank you. We appreciate you. You've been very helpful.
Well, thank you very much. And I hope you never have to use any of these, but we're happy to provide.
Holy shit.
I agree.
You can use
Let's go as well.
multiple beads of the whole necklace as one action.
Really?
That's what it says.
Holy shit. So she packs everything up, and unless there's anything else, you guys take off.
No, I think
There's
that's
no like armor, like protection kind of shit, is there?
Yes, there's enchanted armor, and so I can. Let me check. The +1 armors are.
Anything like spectacular, you know. Just want to make sure I'm not missing out on a buy.
Yeah, I mean there's special adamantium armor. Most of it is metal,
that you probably can't
Which
wear.
I can't wear,
You
yeah.
can't wear. I'm trying to find things that's like actually +1 armor, and I can't find anything. We'll just say that if I find something and
Or like potion kind of stuff.
+1 armor is 1,500 gold.
Ooh,
1,500 gold. So if you wanted to get +1 stud leather, that'd be 1,500 gold.
Nah.
Okay,
Schmick.
cool. And we can just say we can do like offline.
Yeah.
We can,
That's fine.
okay, so you are all delivered your things, and you are.
And on the way back, let's just go to the border and just try to stake out, see what's going on, see if we can see an example of the fighting.
It couldn't hurt to take a look and just see what we can find.
So we go basically towards the edge
Okay.
of Little Yulong and the Sunsteel Wall.
Okay, so are you stealthing?
Yes.
Okay, can I get a group stealth check, please?
You may.
I won't do it.
I rolled double 16s on advantage.
Double
1
16
in 400. So that would be a 29 for me.
29 for you. Okay, so 29 stealth,
7.
7.
For me,
I
yeah.
rolled a 23.
23,
It was a natural 20.
28. Oh,
Hey, Annual,
okay.
you want to know what I got?
So
Wait, did you roll 2 times?
Yeah, I have advantage on
Oh.
stealth checks.
So you go into the outskirts of Little Yulong through back alleys towards the less densely populated areas. Kind of where a lot of safe houses and storing houses for Serpent's Breath and the like are. And you see more and more tabaxi that are heavily armored and armed. As they all look kind of weary, some look a little bit better than others, and there seem to be. You look up on the roofs and you see these tabaxi that seem to have like black fur, almost like blending in, and these wrappings that have their heads covered, and just these green eyes peering out into the night, on watch. They seem to be on incredibly high alert despite their weariness. And you hear and you see a kind of weary hobgoblin says like, I hope there ain't no attacks tonight. I don't know if I can survive another one. And you see a young tabaxi, young-looking tabaxi. Oh, thank you for the follow.
Dreamwalker Desler.
Dreamwalker
Thank
Desler.
you.
Very, very much appreciated.
Thank you.
I agree. It's been quite a trial by fire. And so they seem to be very weary. It's like, well, it's gonna be a long night. And they're sitting, waiting, watching.
Well, nothing's happening now, but there's not much we can do. We can't stop all the violence in the city.
No, I agree. And but it does sound like it's been almost nonstop.
Right? I feel terrible, and hopefully, if we go tomorrow morning to go visit Ma, perhaps we could learn more, see how she and the leader of the Jade Iris,
Jade Iris.
the leader of the Jade Iris are holding up without the Rue kind of keeping things in check. I can't find. They're clearly outmatched.
Are you talking to me?
I'm just talking to everyone.
You're looking straight at me.
Well, maybe I was. Oh no, because you know Ma Puckett, or at least you got
no,
it
my
said.
sister does.
Well, she does, but anyway.
Do you always have to look at me when we're talking about things? It makes me very uncomfortable.
When we're talking about gnomes, I'll usually look at you. Aye. Anyway, if it's getting late, why don't we head back? We'll get an early night. We'll get up in the morning and we'll continue on.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think, like we talked about with Avantris, that we should go there first and then go do the Madame Astra
Right.
stuff.
Agreed.
It's fine.
Agreed. As long as we keep this appointment with Madame Astra, and I still think it's wise for us to be careful to make sure we keep an eye out for Alphonse, just in case the message was not for us.
Yeah.
But we need to keep that appointment nonetheless.
Right. Agreed.
All right.
So we'll, I guess, head back to the Knight's Patience.
Okay.
And we'll do on the way back. So when we get back, Are you going to attempt to use your spell?
Yeah, of course. I told Annulin I would.
All right.
Okay. So, you make your way back to the night's patients. You all board. It's probably approaching like 9 or 10 in the evening. And your crew welcomes you back. And as you make your way down below deck, you see Emiria with her legs kicked up. She has a flagon of ale, and she's kind of pounding it back. She's talking with some of the sailors. And he says, like, I can't tell which, are you ugly or are you ugly? You're both ugly. It's disgusting. Oh, hey, guys!
Hey, Emiria, can
Are
I...
you insulting our crew?
I mean, if they try to hit on me, yeah, I will.
Where'd you get one of those? Can I get one of these too?
Here you go. Yeah. Come on. You can tell she's definitely in a few. Yeah, sure. That's fine. I mean, it's your fucking ship.
Cheers.
I don't pay for this shit. Yeah, I get this shitty crocodile. Should I tell those guys to leave?
I wouldn't yet. I mean, you're welcome to stay on the boat here with us, obviously, but you may need them. You may need their help to get back or not. It's up to you. They're your crew.
It's my ship.
It's up to
you.
That's
right. Yeah, I guess crocodile. That's fine.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers.
It's good to see you again.
To you guys not getting killed by Alphonse again. That fucking...
Or dragons.
I'll take one.
Yeah, dragons. Whatever. Yeah.
Well, I suppose we can fill you in. We saw some things. We learned a little bit more about where all these slave ships are going. Where
are they going?
They're going up to this city that I can't remember the name of ever. Svarog. They're going to Svarog.
Oh, yikes.
And
poor souls.
We've got reason to believe that we have business there too once we wrap up this whole Alphonse thing.
You guys never rest, do you?
Not.
No.
It's the life of a hero.
Or a mercenary for hire.
There's a lot of shit going on right now, and I wish it weren't the case, but if anyone's going to stop it, we will.
Well, if you kill a giant dragon like that, the world is fucked if you don't.
Aye, the world is fucked. Anyway,
we also have a meeting with someone we've met previously. Did we tell Amir about Madame Astra before?
I believe you did.
Did?
Yeah, I believe you did. Yeah.
You
basically filled her in on everything.
I just mentioned. Okay. Yeah. Well, we Sylvie found a card. It was weird. It hit her in the face. It was almost like this message, like Madame Astra was able to deliver this message magically. It was pretty cool. But we're gonna try to meet with her tomorrow night, and hopefully she has some information for us.
Yeah, she deck slapped me.
It's not very nice.
It's true.
I
saw it.
I mean, I love my magic, but I just the creepy fortune future stuff. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm not a fan.
Tell me about
it. Here?
I'm not a maybe.
Do you want to go?
My past hasn't been too great,
read?
so no.
It was
I'm here.
It was a pretty unsettling experience for me and the rest of the group here. I didn't like it. I mean, you know me. It's not my area of expertise.
There's enough unsettling shit in the world to have some smelly old woman telling me it's even shittier than I thought.
Fair enough.
Leave Rodek out of this.
I guess it is kind of smelly. Yeah. Wow.
Well, did you learn anything else while we were gone?
I haven't left. I've been drinking.
I figured.
Okay.
I got sad and food and drink.
Anyway, and I'll finish. Remember, we have private business, so shall we?
Sure.
Retire?
Yeah. If you
unless you'd like to continue, but
no, I will. If you need anything from us, you know where to find us. Look, I just want to say it's good to have you around again. I know this isn't under the best of circumstances, and it's been rough. The meetup again wasn't so great, but I know you don't believe me when I've been saying it. But it's good to have you around, and I'm happy to see you.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Avantris.
I try.
I think it's the one beer. You are a fucking lightweight. It's embarrassing.
I can't look. I try to be serious for once, and this is what I get.
That's me. Fuck you. I'm glad to be here too, Avantris. I appreciate it.
I'll see you around, Emiria.
Yeah.
And if you want to have a slumber party, I have footy pajamas. I'm in room 21.
Are they gonna fit me?
I don't know.
The feet part will. Maybe.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Do your thing. I'll be by.
Awesome.
I know where to find you. So you all make your way into a room of some kind.
Whose room?
Sylvie's room.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm nervous.
why?
I don't know. What is this gonna do again?
Well, I'm going to see if I can see your mom. And,
Can we talk to her?
No.
Oh,
You can listen to her.
I can look. Oh. Okay.
Well, I can listen to her and I can be like, oh, this is what you sound like. I'll tell you in a minute.
The important thing is that we're not going to lose hope, and hopefully this will give us some concrete evidence that she's okay.
Okay. I'm just nervous.
Rightfully so.
Sylvie's stuff has kind of been on the fritz lately, you know?
You'll have to remind me how it works. Or just tell me how it works, I have no idea. So I'll believe whatever you say.
Okay. So you have to make a wisdom save, and your modifier is based on how well I know the target. So
Oh, interesting.
it's already at a +5 because I only know her firsthand.
No, you don't. You
No.
don't know her firsthand.
I know of her secondhand. I'm sorry.
Yes, yes.
So it's a +5.
Do you happen to have a likeness of her, a picture of her, a possession of her garment, a body part that belongs to
Oh,
her?
no.
A lock of her hair, a bit of her nail, or something like that?
I mean, she birthed me. I'm kind of part of her. But I can tell you about her, and I have this necklace. She has a matching one. I don't know if that would help.
Would you consider any of those to be...
I would say the necklace would be just fine to consider.
Okay, so would you consider it a possession of garment?
Yes.
Okay, so then it's -4 on top of that, so you get a +1 modifier for the save.
So Wiz save her wisdom.
Yes, so she would make a wisdom saving throw +1.
Got it. And what's the DC?
19.
Fails.
So it creates a sensor next to her that I can
Within 10
see
feet.
within 10 feet of her that I can see and hear from for
If
10
she's
minutes.
if she's alive, or does because the sensor wouldn't form if she wasn't alive, right?
Or would it just form
Yeah,
near
it
her
would
body? just fail and I wouldn't know whether she was
Right.
alive or not.
Right. Okay.
So she wouldn't be able to make the save.
Or there could
so
be
it would just fail.
Okay.
like a magic blocking something or other, right? If
And so you essentially just get to tell me what I would see from the sensor.
and it
I
remains within
could-
10 feet of the target as
Yeah.
well. So, it moves
So you
around.
can see her and hear her, or
Yes.
only? Oh.
I can see and hear through the sensors if I were there.
Okay.
It moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet for duration. If the creature can see invisible objects, they'll see the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of my fist.
Okay. So you see Sylvie kind of hold the necklace and close her eyes, and Sylvie, you channel your Fey magic and you focus very hard, thinking about the times that Annulin has described her mother, and you're trying to think of the love that you heard in her voice, and you close your eyes, and it's darkness at first, and suddenly, bright red, orange, glowing, dark holes, massive. You hear the loud clang, clang, clang of metal on metal as you see your eyes adjust to a blazing, enormous forgeworks deep inside massive halls. You look around, you almost feel the heat of just raging infernos as far as you can possibly see, down massive tunnels of stone and iron. You see humanoids of all variety of races, elves, dwarves, some creatures you don't even recognize. And you see them hammering away, drenched in sweat, covered in soot. You hear the rattling of chains and the rolling of wheels as they shuffle carts filled with these massive carts filled with ore. You hear the loud stomping of footsteps as directly behind your sensor you see a massive giant creature. Gray skin, bright red hair, massive red beard, holding a maul that you can't even fathom that even a creature of that size could lift. You see clearly a fire giant. As you see finally the focus, just the sheer sense of this, you see a woman, an elven woman. It's copperish skin, but completely covered in soot. She seems to be worn, haggard, deep, dark bags beneath her eyes, covered in rags, manacles on her wrists and her legs with a hammer. And you see that there's a massive form where metal had been poured in right beside her, and that there are several larger figures beside her. These are hairy creatures, humanoid, about the size of an ogre, but bovine, with huge horns that seem to have been heaving up this metal, clang it down directly in front of her on this large workstation. And it seems to just be this flat bit of metal. And you see this woman take out her hammer and strike it. And strike it. And it looks, there's sweat pouring down her face. Every single bead cleans a little bit of the soot, but more just blast in from all around her as she begins to hammer out what looks like a massive sword that would be fit for a fire giant. And as she hammers, her body seems to be kind of weaker, haggard. There's something about her that is unlike all of the rows and rows and rows, dozens, maybe even hundreds of slaves in these forge works. You see that her eyes, green, very similar aliens, blazing with an intensity and passion and fire, almost like the inferno that she stands before. And she is hammering out this weapon, and you hear the occasional, "There's some more on the line! And these ones have collapsed." And you hear the, "No, please, please!" And some get pulled out of the line. You see behind that, you can see basically a 360 of the sensor, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See behind that there is a chain gang, and someone had collapsed, pushing a cart of ore, as someone is yanked out, and by this large bull creature. Not quite a bull, I guess, even. And actually, can you make a nature check for me?
Oh, nature? Yeah. No, I don't know.
You don't know. It looks like a bull.
It looks like a bull. Yeah. A 4? I don't know.
It looks like a bull. Pull it out. It yanks it out as you see the giants. The giant say, "Over here," as he grabs the person by the arm. You see it's a human, and he heaves it up, and he looks and says, "I don't know why Nziri pays for your kind, but her hounds will be well fed." And he's like, "No, please, please." And you doosh, and storms off. And you hear you hear a loud as you see that he leaves through these massive stone and metal doors. And as soon as the doors open with a loud clash, you hear this intense barking, like hounds, but far more guttural, almost like it's mixed with crackling and burning and sizzling each bark, as the barking gets louder and louder and louder, and you hear him say, "Nziri!" and the doors slam, echoing through these massive forges. You can see the tunnels going down, potentially into mines, potentially into slave quarters, all of these winding tunnels. You almost see that there's labyrinthian network of a massive mountain city. And you blink back.
The next arc is gonna kick so much ass.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
What? What happened while I was gone?
No, we're like this.
We were waiting for you. We've been sitting here watching.
For 10 minutes.
For what?
Or for 10 minutes.
What did you hear?
About what?
From the spell, was there anything?
I don't remember. No, I'm kidding. Your mom's alive.
What?
Yeah, no, she makes weapons. Did you know that? Oh, I think you told me that.
I knew it! I knew
Where
it,
is
see?
she?
In like this huge, creepy-looking forge. There was a bull there.
A bull?
Yeah. There was a bull there.
Thanks for the follow.
Like a cow?
Oh.
Oh, thank you for the follow.
Thanks for the
Follow
follow.
Stirs 3R.
So she's definitely alive.
No, she's definitely alive.
I told you.
How does she look? Is she okay?
I mean, she looks tired, but like,
What is she doing?
making a weapon. Our mom is really strong. She's beautiful.
I'm freaking out!
Yeah, I know. But like, so all these people were like collapsing, and our mom was just like sweating and like, no, this isn't gonna fucking get me. I'm a big badass. Bam!
Sounds like Mom.
Bam! And she was like glowing this radiance almost like, I'm a big badass, Sylvie. Bam! I'm your mom now, bitch. Bam! And it was really awesome.
You said you saw a cow? There's a bull? What is
Yeah.
it?
Oh, there was like a bull thing because one of the guys collapsed, and he was like, "Hey, you insolent whelp thing! You look like Rhoda.
So there's other people.
I'm gonna feed you to dogs." And he threw him into.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah. He opened a door and he was like, "Aunt Siri, let your dogs eat this." And they were like, and they ate him.
Would I know from her description, would I know what the bull creature is?
Ooh. Why don't you make a history or nature check, your choice, at advantage?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with nature.
Natural 20.
Hey, we gotta give it up.
Natural 20.
Gotta give it up.
Gotta give it up.
So many naturals.
You know,
Why couldn't I have gotten
From-
that last time?
from everything that you know about Svarog and the fire giants that live therein, in the region of the Smolder Peak mountain range in general, that she is referring to Yak folk. And that you know that Yak folk are generally more native to other continents, but there is a tribe group that seem to worship fire that are one of the major forces within the Smolder Peak Mountains, and also serve the fire giants as Svarog.
Okay, cool.
So they're feeding people to dogs?
So, from what it sounded like, is that they're probably taking all of these slaves in and sending them up there. They're continually making weapons, and as these slaves collapse and can no longer work, they feed them to the dogs and replace them with a new slave.
They're terrible creatures, the fire giants. They're horrible. They destroyed my entire town. They do it all over that region.
Is this something they do normally though, or are they preparing for something big? It sounds like they're building an army.
I mean,
They have hundreds of people actively making weapons.
from what we're seeing here and all the people they're sending,
I would know that that's not totally normal production, right? That's
You know, from what you would know, I would say we'll factor into that role. You would know that they are a warlike, but as far as there would need to be a reason for so many slaves and the forges going all. Oh, thank you for the follow, Grey Jack.
Thank you for the follow, Grey Jack.
You would know that there would be a purpose to that. What the purpose is, it would probably be a little bit not quite the normal, a little bit more intensified at least, as far as you can tell.
yeah, it's more than what they're normally doing. They're always roaming around the countryside and taking small things, but this just seems like they're doing something. They're up to something.
Annulin, I'm so glad that your mother's still alive.
Me too.
And
I can't believe it.
I swear to you that we will save her. We will.
Oh yeah, your mom's alive. Our mom's alive.
Because
I can't wait for you to meet her.
I can't wait to meet my mom too.
I was so ready to give up. And
She looks just like me. It was really cool.
I can't thank you enough for showing me that.
Oh, I'm so glad that he found out she wasn't dead. We could have gone another month or 2 or 3 without doing that.
Oh, thank you, Kilted Stingray.
Thank you for the
Thank you.
follow.
And welcome all of our new followers. We really appreciate it. We love you
Kilted
guys.
Stingray.
Welcome to the Avantris fam.
Kilted Stingray.
I'm not surprised by anything you said. Seems like giants of all varieties are capable of atrocities that you can't even speak of. So I won't stop until they're all dead.
I appreciate that.
That was really nice, Rodek.
Sounds like we're gonna take ourselves
So,
a trip up that direction
Yeah.
after we take care of this Dracula.
I say just screw him. Let's just go now.
Well, no, we
No.
need to deal with Alphonse,
As
but we're
much
going
as
to.
I would like to.
Alphonse sounds like Alphonse will just be a warm up though.
What is this?
I'm getting loose. I'm still a little sore from getting bounced around by that dragon.
Oh, is that what this means?
Yeah, I'm loosening up. I'm getting ready. I gotta stay loose.
I'm gonna get loose too.
We're gonna give it to Alphonse real good, and then that's perfect.
Thanks.
And then once we take care of him,
Goose.
looks like we're making a trip up that direction. We're gonna save your mom.
Rodek, are you okay? You look really sad.
I'm fine.
Is there anything you want to tell us?
I would like to go to bed.
I found a big spoon.
I'd like to go to bed.
Okay,
And
well,
I'm gonna get up and
good night
leave.
then.
Okay.
Dwarves, am I right? Not even impressed by a big spoon.
Rodek leaves.
Well, I think I'm gonna head back down and see if Amiria's still down there drinking. I might have another drink myself, and then I'll knock out my 4 hours of meditation like I usually do and be up before the crack of dawn.
Well, I'm gonna go to my room and hopefully Amiri shows up because I have footy pajamas and I've got alcohol and I'm gonna call Lumi back and we're gonna have a party. Sister, do you want to come?
I'll be right there. I'm gonna
Perfect.
run to
Wear
my
your
room.
footy pajamas.
Oh, I will.
I'll be awake if anyone needs me for a while. Don't hesitate.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go back to my quarters and write a letter back to my brother.
Okay. Okay, so you see Anulin leave,
Fuck you
and
too.
she
Who needs you? We've got a gnome.
she leaves, and you begin to pen a letter, and you can either send that to me or discuss it now.
Secret notes to the DM.
And
I'm gonna secret note it.
great.
I'm gonna go into my room and take my warhorn out of my pack and put it on the dresser, whatever desk would be in there, and just sort of stare at it for 30 minutes and then go to bed.
Okay. You stare at your horn, the massive mammoth tusk carved with the glowing frosty runes, and it kind of hums, and you can kind of see the occasional puff of white smoke in the air as it warms the air or cools the air around it.
Dang.
And you stare. You eventually put it away. Go to bed. They were in your room,
What?
so you're just gonna wait in the room for.
Yeah, I'm just
okay.
going to my room, putting on my footy pajamas, putting
Okay.
a bunch of pillows all around my bed, and just waiting there for Amiria.
Okay. As you go, as you do that, you kind of see both of you leave, and you're the last ones to leave, and you see kind of down to the galley that the whole galley had cleared out. The two crew, and these were kind of just more like swabbies that she had been calling ugly, had left, and she's just kind of sitting there, kind of hunched over, seemingly staring into a drink.
Got room for one more?
She looks at you and says, "I gotta sleep over soon."
Yeah. All right. Well, then don't let me hold you. I'm just gonna grab a drink, and I think I'm going to enjoy the quiet then alone for a while. But I figure I'll keep you company until you gotta go.
She's dead, Vandris.
Who?
Yes,
Look, I think you're probably right, but that's not gonna stop me from finding out for sure.
yeah, I thought I wanted to, but I'm not so sure anymore.
You don't think you want to go with us?
I do, but I don't know.
Look,
I don't know.
Look, I understand the hesitation. Facing down Taiki was tough for me, and maybe I'm just getting numb to it at this point, but the things we've seen are just... I don't believe it at times, and I'm just taking it one day at a time. And we're going to figure out what happened to Hissy. We're going to make that bastard Alphonse pay for it, and we're going to get some closure.
Maybe. She pounds it down. She slams it down. She stands up, and she looks at you, and she says, "I had come to terms with it a while ago, and then I got hope, and I come here, and it's gone. I'm still gonna punch Forgus in the face. I'm not gonna kill him, but I'm gonna beat the shit out of him."
Don't go too hard on him. He just did what he thought was right.
I know. You take care of Anders.
And you too.
She wanders over to Sylvie's room. You hear a...
Come in!
She opens the door. You can kind of see that there's a little bit of whatever kind of blush you can see on her rusty-colored skin is prominent. And she goes in and says, "What do you got that fits me, Sylvie?"
Probably nothing. But get comfortable and let's snuggle.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, jeez.
Would I be in there yet?
Oh yeah.
Or you guys have separate rooms.
Yeah, I was
Oh, were
gonna
you
write
gonna-
a letter and then go over to Sylvie's.
Okay, I would say you would have been. So you finish your letter and or you're probably getting there right now. So she says she thinks and she blinks. Why not? And so you can kind of see her like taking off her armor. She gets into kind of her light evening clothes, and then Annulin, you hear Annulin knock, and
Annulin, come in.
Oh hey.
Hi.
I brought an extra pair of pajamas because I think she might be a little closer to my size.
Are they footies?
Are there any other kind?
Perfect. Amiria, we've got footies for you. I have alcohol, and I pull out a big jug of alcohol.
I'm done. Apparently, alcohol just makes you more sad.
Oh, don't be
I
sad.
need to sober up here.
Why are you sad?
Let's talk. Let's talk about.
Do you want to play patty cake?
Yes, please.
Oh, awesome. And I teach her patty cake.
Okay, you do that. She slips into the footy pajamas that Annulin brings, and it's not quite the right fit, but it's close enough.
And we basically have a slumber party. I can try to convince her into a pillow fight, and I tell secrets. We play truth or dare, and she doesn't want to play, and so
We
she
elaborately
just screws
braid
around,
her hair like around
and she
her
hates
horns.
it. And then as the night winds down, I fall asleep in her lap.
Oh,
Okay.
as you do.
As you do that, and you all kind of fall asleep, and you all wake up, get another long rest, and Sylvie, you kind of wake up and you feel like this this warmth kind of around you and this tightness, and you realize that in your bed, despite being a bed for a gnome, you, Annulin, and Sylvie and Emiria are all like spooning each other and are all tightly embracing in kind of this pile. And
I'll wake up.
Oh, it's my girls, my sister, and the bitch that floats.
she seems to be just out fucking cold. You get the sense that she might be out for a while.
Good. She needs to sleep. Annulin, wake up. Hello. Hey, get out of bed softly so
never
Nora
really
can
sleep,
sleep.
so.
Oh, well, that's weird. Yeah, your eyes were open, but you weren't looking at me.
Yeah.
Let's go wake up the guys. We've got shit to do.
Like what?
Well, we have to go talk to Ma Puckett or Tuckett or Bucket.
Puckett.
Fuck it, whatever her name is. And then we have to go and find out why I got deck slapped.
You're right. Let's do that.
And then as we get ready to leave, I'm going to tuck in Amiria, and I'm going to put like something fluffy next to her to kind of like keep her cozy.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
You meet up with the lads.
Yeah, I'm
Morning, ladies.
gonna say I was already awake out
Okay.
on the deck, just
Yeah.
minding my own business.
Yeah.
You guys missed like an awesome slumber party last night.
Yeah, I found out that Annulin is not a virgin.
Well, I'm glad you had a lovely time. And count me in for the next one.
No.
How does that sound?
So anyway, let's go.
We're heading to Ma Puckett's first, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well then, just. How much time do we have until Madame Astra's
Said
meeting?
1 o'clock, right?
Sundown.
Oh,
Sundown.
Okay, so we've
Yeah,
got a
like
full
all
day.
day,
We got a
yeah.
full day.
We
You
got
got
to make it a
it's
little
a
earlier
morning.
than we needed.
Yeah.
Let's make our way to Ma Puckett's place then.
Let's go.
Do you mind leading the way again? I'm not sure I quite remember where it is.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but I will go first.
Okay.
So, you lead the gang through the Magnolia Promenade. It's the same kind of situation. People are piling in, and for Nuit Blanche, you pass the construction, that vacant spot of the of where the Hungry Catfish was, and you can kind of see as you're walking that that they are making a lot of progress very quickly on the building. You can get the sense that they probably are working through the entire night. And they're going. They have shifts of workers going. You see some shuffling away.
Wait, what building is this?
All the buildings that were destroyed. All the destruction from
Just on the
the
promenade.
Yeah.
from the dragon's destruction.
That was a specific one.
And you make your way into the product corner. And so it's been a while since you've been. I guess actually not that long in game time, in actual game time. It's been a few days. You cross the bridge and you see similar situation. You remember kind of a heavy presence of bushwhacker enforcers down at the docks on that side, and they seem to be fewer and far between. You see, it's early in the morning. Many of the fishermen have gone out for the day. You see a couple that are maybe up to a slow start, drank a little bit too much, as they're kind of shoving off and heading to fish for their crab and shrimp and crawfish and all sorts of seafood. As you make your way through, you see the gator lizard folk, the bugbears, and all of the variety of gnomes, just kind of similar shape as the Jade Iris enforcers. As they look rough, beat up, you see one of the gnomes has his arm in a sling, and they all just look kind of weary. Some have like cups of coffee as they're in tin cups as they're trying to pound it, trying to like smack themselves and wake up. As you see that there's a lizard folk with a board just kind of tallying something, and you get the sense it might be the number of casualties that they lost. Who knows how long? As you make your way through, you see the stilted shacks and walkways as you guys get deeper into the bayou and the part of the city that stretches into the bayou. You see Glowbug Junction ahead of you, and you see that this is deep into the city, away from where a lot of these scuffles likely were happening. As you see that there's a number of you see that there's a familiar bugbear that's at the entrance, guarding it, and says, "Hey, you, aren't you Evangeline's sister?"
Yeah.
"I'm sorry that she died."
Yeah, I know, me too. She kind of deserved it, though.
"What are you doing here?"
I wanted to see Ma Puckett.
"Oh, she ain't seeing no one. She real frightened, and things ain't going to she in a sour mood. Her gator's being very well fed, and that ain't a good thing. And then Guru going up and whatever that was, it was a mess of trouble. Now ain't a good time. What do y'all need?" And there's like a bit of fear in his eyes, especially as he mentions Guru.
Well, we just wanted to talk to her and see if she needed any help.
"Y'all need help?"
We don't need help. We're great.
His eyes kind of go back and forth. "Hold on, I need someone to tell me how to think." And he,
oh boy!
As he ducks,
awesome.
he ducks into Glowbug Junction. You guys follow him, man. There are the jars and jars, all these rows of different. It's a lot of different alcohols, but obviously, Wisp Glow is the primary. The hallucinogenic alcohol known as Wisp Glow is the primary fare here. And you see a young gnome, doesn't look much older than you, Sylvie, as the bugger kind of leans in and whispers to him, and then he looks at you, walks up. "You think you can help the bushwhackers? Y'all look a little soft.
Well,
Can y'all even fight?"
Oh boy.
Do you want to try it out?
"Yeah, sure."
I'm gonna fire off an Eldritch Blast at him.
whoa!
At him or...
No, literally at him.
Oh, okay. So...
Oh my god, we just witnessed a murder.
I was thinking like flick him with the
13.
mage hand.
So you flick an Eldritch Blast, and he manages, he's like, "Oh, Gadzooks!" And he leaps out of the way,
Gadzooks.
and out of Sylvie's palm, you see a single arc of this green substance blast out. It kind of smells peaty and looks like this dark swamp water. Like, psh, hey, what are you trying to do? Is that some sort of mumbo-jumbo voodoo? Is that Mr. Guru?
You asked if we could fight. We can fight. Don't test me again. We want to talk to Ma Puckett.
What she means to say is get to getting.
Yeah, what she said.
Okay, can I have names like that? Ma Puckett ain't taking visitors for this.
Evangeline's sister, Wygor, Avantris the Dreamy, and Annulin takes shit from nobody Mossgrove.
Can you remember all that?
He looks up to the bugbear. You remember all that? And he's like, oh no, you're supposed to tell me. He's like, shut up! And he stomps off. He stomps off back behind the counter down that narrow hallway to Ma Puckett's production facility. As he's gone for probably about 5 minutes. And he comes out and he says, she ain't in the best mood, but you can see her. I told her y'all was Evangeline's sister. That's the only reason why she let y'all in.
All right, well.
Thank you.
Thank you, and let's go on.
Yeah.
We funnel into the room.
Okay. As you walk in, the door shuts behind you. As soon as the door really opens, the stench of all the ingredients of a Whisklow smell like the swamp, but it almost kind of smells, you can smell magic in the air. It smells like that. And it kind of has this hum, this mixture of alcohol and almost kind of a sweetness to it. As you make your way, you see the pit where both of Ma Puckett's gators are, and they're thrashing about. You see that there is blood on the water. And Ma Puckett is facing away from you in this massive, large vat of Whisklow. She's stirring it with her massive spoon. She doesn't turn to you.
She knows your sister. But I got us in here. My job is done. Like any of us. That's not my fault.
No, but she kind of likes
Put
you.
on that weird voice and talk to her.
I don't think she's gonna respond well. I just did that because the other guy looked kind of dumb.
Ma Puckett?
Yeah, child?
It's Sylvie Flickerwicket.
I know who you is. That dumb old boy out there, tell me who you are. What are you doing, Ma Puckett?
How are things going for you now that Guru's dead?
I'll give you 3 guesses, girl. No, actually, I'll give you 1.
Pretty good.
She stopped stirring.
Yeah, no, that was the wrong answer. I realized it as I said it.
No.
That's right there, child. You best not be giving me no lip. I got no patience today.
No,
that ran out a long time ago.
It was no lip. You know by having a really stupid employees that sometimes people are just dumb.
I do know that, child.
So, my friends and I are here because we just wanted to talk to you. Would you allow them to speak to you?
Y'all's in my place. Y'all can speak.
Okay,
I'll let you in. I
let's
didn't
talk
feed you to
then.
my gators.
All right, listen, first I just want to thank you for seeing us, and secondly, I just want to say, whatever you've heard about us working for Alphonse, it's not true, all right? We are not causing trouble. We're not here to cause trouble. We're here to fix the problems, and namely, we're trying to figure out what's going on with Alphonse. We're not working for him. We're very concerned about the increased presence of the caravan and all of the damage and needless violence that they're causing. So we just wanted to come and make sure that you and your people were okay.
And your guy's looking pretty rough. We know that stuff's going on here. They're being challenged.
I need one of you 3, you can choose, to make a persuasion check with advantage.
I'm going to volunteer myself, but if anyone else wants to say no...
I think you should.
I got a 25.
25.
That was an awfully good choice.
She stops and she pulls the spoon out. It's dripping with this humming bluish green liquid. She slings it over her shoulder, the massive spoon, and she turns to you. You see that same short forest gnome in her, in that familiar, just kind of polka dot nightie and slippers with wild curly hair and huge spectacles. As she narrows, these little dots behind the very thick spectacles narrow, and she says, Now, the only reason I believe you is because I know that devil child killed your sister. Points at you. My poor Evangeline, precious girl. That horrible devil child. She didn't deserve that. No, she did not. That's the only reason I believe you, and I know that y'all was heroes of Gullhaven. You ain't the type that work for your sister's killer. No, I know that be the truth.
Thank you for understanding.
Speaking of that, do you know what my sister was doing when they got her?
No, I do not. I thought they plucked her out of the quarter, and I think she should have been. I'm sure it was just one of them chuckle fucks, just goofing off and drinking. Gone to drink, and that poor child got snipped out. Someone went doing watch fellas leave on the job. They plucked her right up. Alphonse got her that devil child. Who knows what he done to them girls?
No.
Who know what he do?
We want to help you, and we want to stop the devil child. We want to stop Alphonse. And
without Mr. Guru, how you gonna do that? I know he was a big bad dragon that was gonna eat everybody, but he was an okay child.
Did you know he was a dragon?
No, I didn't know. I mean, I knew something was up. He would go in the swamp a lot and always saying weird shit to make him seem like maybe like a dragon. I don't know.
Weird shit. Seem like a
Weird
dragon.
dragon.
But I knew he practiced the voodoo, that left-handed black magic. I know, but child, I swear.
well, how is the Jade Iris holding up?
I think maybe even worse than us. I mean, they got that powerful magic, but we scrappy. We guerrilla fighters. We bushwhackers. They head on. It's hard to say. They ain't doing too great. I ain't speak to Leafy in a while.
Alphonse is trying to take over the town.
You think I don't know that, child?
What can we do to help you prevent that? Because we need to stop him. He can't take control.
We only have to delay him for a few days. Until the festival. Slow him down even. Just to spare time. Keep him busy, keep his attention off of us, and make sure that he doesn't completely get this city in his grasp before then.
Y'all think you can take down that devil child?
I know we can.
I have no doubt.
We're gonna do it.
And when you plan on doing that?
We don't really want to get into specifics so much. A few days. During the festival.
She looks at all of you. Then there ain't nothing you can be doing here. No child. No my children. We gotta do what we can, but it's him. Gotta kill him. That's all you can do. What are you gonna do? Join our gang fights? Just standing around all night?
Mom?
No, you ain't gonna do that.
When all of this is said and done, and we've gotten rid of him, I'll return Evangeline to you.
No, I know she dead, child. You don't gotta lie to me.
Okay.
You don't gotta lie to me, girl. I thought Mr. Guru, I mean, she was a firecracker. Mr. Guru did not like that she was my number 2, but I knew she'd get picked off. She was too smart for her own good. I always told her that.
Yep. I always told her the exact opposite.
Well, that's what sisters do, right?
Yeah, it's what my sister and I do now.
I hate you.
Yeah, I'm a half-elf.
Dawg, you the prettiest half-elf I ever seen.
Oh, thank you! I know why Evangeline loves you so much. Aren't you charming?
I should say every half-elf should be half-gnome. You know what I'm saying, girl?
Right? Oh my gosh! And dwarf and human and tabaxi and tiefling and everything else, right?
No, I agree with you.
Gnomes. There's no like gnomes. I don't know where I was going with that.
Is there anything that you could tell us about Alphonse or his mansion that might help us when the time comes for us to take him on?
All I know is that Mr. Guru said stay away from that mansion up there. Said stay away from that mansion up there. Don't go no new place. He had some sinners go up there. They was in bad shape. So we avoided it, and as soon as he came to town, I never knew Mr. Guru in the decades I know him to no fear. But I bore no fear. It was mighty angry, but mighty afraid.
All right. I appreciate that.
And don't. I wish I could help you more, but you gotta leave. You gotta leave Leafy and me and our boys to fend off them caravan. They spread so thin. That's our only chance. Send the slaves off to fire giants, and the greed got them. They spread too thin. That's our only chance.
All right.
Okay.
We will leave you to it. And if things change, if the tide's turning against you, please let us know. Because our goal is to kill Alphonse. And it will happen. Just, you need to hold out a few more days. If you can.
We do the best we can. No promises. I ain't got no promises. We bushwhackers, we were here first. We were here all before all these other folk come in.
The swamp belongs to gnomes.
The swamp does belong to gnomes. That's absolutely right. All them humans can come in and say that they was the founders of our way. That ain't true. So it's forest gnomes.
Yeah.
Hang in there for 3 nights. Just last for 3 more nights.
You kill that devil child.
We will.
You kill that devil child dead.
You have my word.
It ain't his city. He been here a long. He a lot older than I am, but I'm gonna live longer than he does.
Yeah.
We'll see to it.
Well, thank you. And
Good luck, child.
Stay safe.
I wish I could lend you some of my guys, some of my boys
Keep
and
them.
girls.
Let
We'll be
them protect
fine.
you. We'll be fine.
We've got this.
I said you could take some of the wisp blow, but that ain't gonna help you.
No.
That ain't.
No.
That do more harm than good, child.
It knocked me on my ass real hard.
I look at Annie like,
Annie, we're not picking up any more dwarves.
We are
Let's
not.
go.
It basically gave me super strength.
No, that was the other one.
Annulin,
what was
can you
that?
please make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh. I'm gonna get whacked with someone.
Dex saving throw, you
You
say?
take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you feel a large spoon smack you upside the head. Now you take this seriously, girl. This ain't no time for no deuce spots or whisk glow or silver spread, no matter what you tell.
Yeah, if you're
Yes,
a half
ma'am.
gnome, you have to learn how to be a half gnome.
This is my bread and butter, child. I'm telling you, to kill that devil child, you don't want none of this.
Okay.
This is for all them hooples out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Mama.
Thanks, Ma. Love ya.
Just be careful, it's them caravan boys that was setting up for Nuit Blanche.
You will.
It always did. Well, it's been them sinners as long as I remember, so it's different. I don't trust none of them.
Okay.
Stay safe.
No
We'll
promises,
see you
child.
soon.
Love you. Bye.
And y'all please do eat some, please. Y'all look flesh and bones.
Except for the dwarf.
No, even him. You can a little more.
Hit up that soup place.
We'll go eat now. We'll take care of that now.
Ooh.
Thanks for reminding
Don't
us.
touch me, bitch. You got a bread bowl. Don't touch me, bitch. You got a bread bowl. 52 soups and bread bowl. Sourdough.
Barbecue sauce.
Did we miss something?
Am I inspired? I don't feel very inspired right there.
I'm confused for one.
She says, "Hope y'all don't be feeding my gators later." And the door slams. You can see her going back to stirring her whisk glow as you all leave.
So are you guys starting a traveling troop or something? Are you
What?
starting a traveling troop
We were just
together?
suggesting we should get some lunch.
We should get some. If we're gonna go see Madame Astra anyway, we should go to the True Blue Rue.
I agree. Sure. Let's do that. We can
could use
waste some time, enjoy the meal, and then we'll meet up with Madame Astra.
All right. So we go to the True Blue Room.
Okay. You leave the Crawdad Quarter as I change the music.
I really like Ma Puckett. She's a tough old biddy. And I want to help if we
Hey.
can.
Well,
We're going to.
We just keep on doing what we keep on doing.
Is there anything we could do to, I don't really want to get into an all-out fight with the caravan people, but maybe we could distract them somehow, or kind of just... She said they're pretty spread thin. Maybe we could throw some more on their plate, and they'd be even less effective for what they're doing.
I think there may be something, but we need to make sure that we keep attention away from us. We don't want While
Sure.
Alphonse is probably 6 steps ahead of us like always.
Yeah.
We still want to make sure that we're not drawing attention to ourselves because we need to lay low until we strike.
Yeah.
But maybe we can come up with something to look, if it were old Avantris, I would say we would go on night raids and slaughter some of these bastards while they don't know what's happening to them, and at least, even the odds here, but it's old Avantris. We can't go around doing that now. We need to save our strength for this fight with Alphonse.
I think we need to focus on Alphonse.
I think we need to focus on Zastra. I mean, she took a chance by deck slapping me in the middle of a crowded street. Anyone could have seen that happen, and then they would know that she was sending us messages.
Well, let's get some soup. We can...
Soup always helps me think.
And let's figure out what can we do to prepare for Alphonse.
I would say you've all arrived at the True Blue Roo. You're enjoying a meal and killing
What
time
are
for
the
the rest
52 selections of the day?
They're all delicious.
Do they have a clam chowder?
They do.
Is it red or white?
Both.
Is it red or white?
And mix.
Ew.
3.
Oh wait, Manhattan.
Yeah,
I
no.
said a clam chowder.
Yeah. There's New England and there's Manhattan.
Is there 2 clam
And then you
chowders?
can do a half, and then you can do a half and half, and it's awesome.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Clam bar.
No.
For shizzle dizzle.
I am a soup pleb, and I refuse to believe that there's a red clam chowder.
There is.
The clam bar in Summers Point, New Jersey. Best clam soup you can find.
Plug.
Yeah.
So it's a soup, not a
We're
chowder.
sponsored.
Chowder and soup, half and half.
Well, yeah, but I said chowder, not soup.
Extra sherry. Bam.
Clam soup is different than clam chowder.
Nobody calls it clam soup. I'm not sure you.
I just did, but whatever. Anyway.
Anyway, you're enjoying soup. Whatever soup you want, they have it, and you're enjoying it, talking about it. As you've kind of spent the morning, you've investigated, you've seen that things are getting set up, that there's a stand, that ropes are being kind of drawn off in order to guide where the parade and all the floats are going to be. You see that the balconies of all of these multi-tiered buildings along the Magnolia Promenade are being decorated, and there's going to just be a huge party scene. The hotels are all at no vacancy, and and you arrive at the True Blue Roo. That's very crowded. You can tell it's probably a popular touristy spot, even though it's kind of a bit off the stretch. And you manage to find yourself a table, and you're all sitting down. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, B Champs 98.
Oh, hey, B-Champ.
B Champ 98. Hey,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
From all of us to you.
We wish it was our birthday. D&D.
D&D.
So you can sing the thing.
So
So you're all sitting and enjoying.
As I
the-
eat my soup,
So
I
you
say,
can eat soup
well, I must say that this ramen is Watashi's favorite.
And you see this kind of portly alligator lizard folk walk over with like a big chef's hat and an apron. He says, "Oh, thank you, baby. That's from Inari," and then he just walks off.
Well, as delicious as this soup is, I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
You all
What's
enjoy
Ogway's
soup.
chief export?
I've already told you. You guys know all of this.
Do you have any spaghetti?
But please don't touch it before you serve it to us.
No, I had a football come in here. He said nobody touches spaghetti. Okay.
Lightning.
The day passes very quickly.
Thank you for the follow.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Jam. Thank you so much.
We all collectively black out and wake up in front of Madame Astra's thing.
Anyway, we would discuss sort of planning and prepping.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
Thank
wait,
you.
Eventually, I think we should just try to call Orpheus at some point, maybe tomorrow or later tonight, and just try to learn more from him if we can. And just.
I'm kind of sick of talking to that
I
guy.
know
And you have
but-
time to kill if you want. You know, you have hours.
Wait, who do you want to talk to?
Orpheus.
No.
But what about? I suppose
Let's
it
talk
might.
to him after we're done talking to Zastra.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
agree.
fine.
Once
And
we
that's
get back
fine.
to the Knight's Patience.
I agree. I just mean at some point before Newly launch.
Right.
I think he did so much research. He was a professor. He was a bad guy.
I suppose it couldn't hurt.
And I think
I just feel like we don't have anything new to provide him. So sure, if we find out anything else, then maybe.
Well, now your comment makes me think we might annoy him. In which case, I'd also like to talk to him a little bit more now.
and he might know something about your dreams. Whatever
No,
we
I don't
learn
want to
from
talk to him
Madame
about my
Astra.
dreams. He's just gonna make fun of me. Oh, Sylvie, then maybe you should go get a manicure, Sylvie. If your nails are gross and wrinkly and nasty, go get a manicure, Sylvie.
Should I want a manicure? You said my hands were pretty gross.
Oh, you have annulant hands. You have manulant hands, Sylvie.
Ouch!
Whoa!
Hey.
I'm not getting involved in this at all. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my ramen.
I don't want to talk to you about my dreams.
That's fine. You don't have to. What?
I'm just thinking, and this might be
Oh, you were?
I know it's kind of different from me, but would it be so terrible if he was here with us instead
Yes.
of...
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Okay, God.
Yeah, no, it would.
Getting him here, one, would be a logistical nightmare. Two, I don't think that he should be leaving the... We told him not to leave.
Logistical nightmare?
How's he gonna get here without a boat?
Can't we
He's the most...
buzz him in from the
We could
the watch
teleport
door?
home and then
waste an entire day.
well, tonight if we wanted to, and then teleport back in the morning.
Absolutely not.
All right, I just.
What is he gonna do? Teach people how to be fancy?
I don't know. He's a body.
Actually, that's a really good idea. The people in this town aren't very fancy.
Well, we can't risk his life when he has the information that will hopefully
Yeah,
lead
he
us
has
to
literally no powers anymore. He,
That's true.
LeBlanc goes, ooh, you have better shoes than me, dead.
That's true. He is pretty.
You hear in the back of your mind, like, I probably do too. I mean, I definitely do. I used to.
That's fair. I guess I don't know.
Anyway, we'll just sort of discuss and plan kind of our next steps until New Eve launch.
Okay.
And we'll just
I'm just nervous. That's
and
all I'm
right
trying
at
to
sundown,
say.
as soon as the curtain comes up, we'll go in.
So you sit and you enjoy soup. You talk about these goings on until the sun sets, and the sun sets. The evening rush is starting to happen for dinner, and I think I have a
playlist to set the mood.
don't
Oh, it wouldn't be Mikey DMing if he didn't have a
I?
playlist to set the
That's
mood.
exactly right. That's exactly right.
Did you have music ready for the scrying spell, by the way? I gotta ask, or was it like
Yeah.
purely ad-libbed, like...
That was just me quick thinking.
It was really good.
I was gonna say where he's already just prepped some music for next arc and he just used it.
It could be.
Levy, wham, careless whisper.
Pardon me. So, you arrive at the alley where you had been previously. It's dark, but you see a flickering light down at the end of this alleyway. You see that same silver tent in the corner with the chalk sign propped up. Madame Astra's Emporium of Mysterium. You'd seen it closed several times when you tried to come by, but this time the flap is rolled up, the warm, inviting glow welcoming you forward into the tent.
Does it seem like it's pretty, untouched? It hasn't seen any, trouble or anything?
Nope, seems to almost be in the exact same state as
Cool.
you left it.
I'm gonna head straight in with the card in my hand. Now I'm
And-
thinking about it.
Okay.
I'll follow Sylvie
yeah.
very closely.
As will I.
So you are all tightly packed together as you all duck in, except for you, Sylvie. You walk in, and you, Rhoda.
Yeah.
You walk in easily. The elves kind of have to duck in a little bit. The strange aroma, exotic scents and spices, maybe from far off lands, it's hard to tell, even beyond. As you're greeted with inside the tent that almost seems to be a little bit too large internally than it is on the outside. The shelves and shelves on all around, filled with knickknacks, vases, cards, strange plants, strange dolls, tons of books, plants hanging down, a pot with a single blue rose. Sitting at a small table draped in velvet. On top of that panther skin rug, you see hooded, the locks of curling hair hanging down. Madame Astra, her strange, piercing eyes staring back at you. She looks at all of you. A slight smile creeps through her lips. Sylvie Flickerwicket and friends.
Yeah, you deck slapped me yesterday in the morning and we came.
You received my message.
Of course.
Did you read the card?
Yeah, the one of stars. The transmuter.
You do not need me. Up or down?
Down. Sorry.
You do not need me to tell you what that means, do you?
I do.
Yeah, I'll be the one to say it. I have no idea what that means.
Alphonse LeBlanc.
You're right, my child. Child of the stars, child of the seven paths, child of her grandmother's love. Alphonse LeBlanc. You do not know what is coming.
No.
It is more ill of an omen than I ever could have guessed. You all received my fortunes, the cards told you, the ball, the crystal ball told you. But you must forget all of that for now. There is something directly in front of you that you cannot waste a single moment, a single distraction. Be ready, or else not just this city, far worse, the continent, the world, I do not know. I am not as powerful as I once was, but I may be able to help.
How?
She reaches beneath the table in the velvet and pulls out a glass jar, circular, with a flattened bottom that sits firmly on the table, large. A golden ring around it. A corked stopper seems to be connected, hanging off to the side. She pulls out another item beneath. Silver and purple vase. You can hear the sloshing of water as she places it down. Have any of you ever faced a vampire before?
Well, like a baby one.
We have. Just one, but yes.
Not one as old as Alphonse.
She was pretty fresh, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing is old or as powerful as him,
No.
as the transmuter.
No.
Have you ever used holy water?
Not me, no.
No.
I drank some of Ganges once. It didn't taste any different.
What I have here, she points to the empty glass jar, is a container enchanted by a cleric of the god Mask. Such a vessel can be used to transport holy water. I only have it because I am a collector and I made a trade. One I had regretted at the time, but I am very glad I did now. This is water. Regular water. I am not a godly woman. I cannot make holy water, but with this vessel, with your help, we may be able to. Are any of you godly?
Well,
It's like pretty far from it.
Titania's an archfey, and I worship her like you would worship a god.
You see a smirk from the other side. Titania is no god, though she would think she is and more.
Well, I don't know about that, But she most certainly is mostly a god.
My child.
What?
I'm sorry, Titania cannot help you here.
And I don't know what I believe. I'm not sure I can help.
What did you have in mind?
Her eyes peer around, and they lock with you, Rodak. And her eyes narrow, and she says, I sense you are not telling me the truth, Rodak, friend of Sylvie Flicker.
Well, I wouldn't say friend.
I dabbled a long time ago. Since then, it's been but a flicker of a memory.
A memory may be all we have. You long relied on the Platinum Dragon, but even he cannot help you here.
What can I do? How can I help?
We will need all of you. She grabs the jar and she pours water, filling the container up to the brim. Do you have any inkling of belief yet? Left.
I want to. Given the things that have been happening lately, I don't know what other choice we have.
All of you place your hand on the container of mask. Sylvie,
Yes?
look deep into your soul.
Okay.
Dwell up whatever power you have.
Okay.
What makes you whole?
Okay.
What gives you purpose? Focus. You will be the conduit for this.
Okay.
Annulin. You are good with a bow. But there is much more to you, I can sense it. You know the child's play when it comes to the realm of nature. I need you to look into your soul. Think of the forest, the mountains, the running streams, the galloping and frolicking animals. Avantris. Look into your heart. You are mostly here for emotional support.
I gotta tell you, that's a good relief.
You must look into your heart. You have lost many friends and you will lose more.
Oh, God.
But these friends you have may be able to help you change fate. Give your heart and your soul to this process.
I'll do my best.
Rodek,
Aye.
it comes down to you. If you call, I think he may listen.
And I just tried to call.
Reach down into the center of yourself.
Rodak, you can do it. I know you can.
And I will do that. And I'll pray. Very hard.
Everyone focus harder. 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 Okay. Rodek, I need you to make a religion check. Sylvie, I need you to make an arcana check.
Oh god.
And then I need you to make a nature check.
There's no emotional support skill.
Vandris,
Wait, what am I doing?
Nature check.
I need you to make a straight charisma check.
Oh, baby, I can do
So
that.
intense.
Just charisma, meaning add my charisma
Straight
modifier.
charisma. Straight charisma.
That's not bad. Oh, baby. It was almost a 20, but I got a 19, which ends up being a 23.
23.
What's your nature check?
17.
17.
20... 25.
25.
13.
13. Rodek, you reach down into yourself. You think back to everything that you've done and everything that you've come to. And for the first time in a very, very, very long time, you start to pray. And you hear no response. You feel darkness, emptiness. You've never felt more alone.
Wow.
But then you feel the presence of your friends sitting all beside you. You see Madame Astra's eyes gloss over as she stares at this container of the god mask. And suddenly you see a glow of shimmering purples and blues, and even a flash of pink with a twinge of green, and then of arcane magic almost swirling around. And then you feel the colors of the seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter. You feel the land that you came from, the winter, the icy white. You then feel the sheer power of will, determination, passion, pursuit. And it inspires you. You place your hand harder and you pray harder, all of your friends doing their part. And while all seems lost and hopeless, suddenly your eyes shut and you hear a loud clang of hammer on an anvil as a flash of glowing molten light appears around the vessel and then sinks into the water and glows for a moment before shrinking back down. And you see a container of water with a slight ethereal shimmer to it. Madame Astra, you now realize, had been holding her breath the entire time. She looks at all of you. She takes the cork set, tightens it very tight. You all are now in possession of very powerful holy water.
Good job.
All of you did well. I told you he would answer, did I not?
You did. And he did.
She grabs it and pushes it towards you. Keep this safe.
I'll take it. How big is it?
About yay big.
Okay. I'll take
Think you're playing Super Smash Brothers and Simon throws a holy water at you.
Okay.
And you're up in the flame.
Got it.
It's about that size.
Got it. It's like a little cross
yeah.
at the top with
Yeah.
like a metal.
Perfect.
So I'll
Yeah.
take it.
X16, holy water. Pardon my ignorance, but what is the significance of this water in this vessel?
When you were fighting your friend, And I am truly sorry. I knew she was lost when she came for her reading. I did not know that she would be her end so soon. Did you notice, as you battled her, was she undoing some of the damage that you were dealing?
Mm-hmm.
Aye, she was.
I think Annual mentioned that.
Yeah.
If you throw that when the time comes, douse the evil in the holy water, you will not be able to use that. It is a regeneration that you four cannot afford.
Thank you.
We will not miss this chance.
I won't drink it, I promise.
No, no one is drinking it.
Do not drink it.
I won't.
The holy water that you have is a potent threat against evil, and I see you all have dealt with true evil. I wonder if you have dealt with evil this pure, this deep.
It's hard to say.
There's no way to know.
We'll stop it either way.
Agreed.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Is there anything else we should know before this happens?
Anything. Even the most inconsequential thing you might think of.
Do not let him keep the artifact. And the only way to prevent him is to send him back from whatever darkness he came.
Okay, we will do that.
Well, thank you.
The night of the full moon. It is the night of fate.
We'll be ready.
Can I ask you one thing?
She turns to you with her piercing eyes and she nods.
Please don't ever say mean things about Titania again. It really hurts me.
Sylvie. She reaches out.
A little louder.
Oh,
Your voice.
yeah. She reaches out and she strokes your hair. My child, dealing with the Fae brings much pain as it does power.
I know, but
It is the nature of the multiverse.
just please don't.
I will grant you this.
Thank you.
She turns to all of you. I wish I could do more. But this is what I can provide. And this water is truly holy, blessed by a god. Thanks to all four of your efforts. May it serve you well, and may it lead you to banishing the darkness.
We will keep it safe. And I'll start to turn, and then I'll turn back, and I say one more thing before we go.
Yes.
What was that? What did I hear? What did I see?
You called, and he answered. That is what you saw.
That was
That
him.
is what you heard.
It was him.
The water that you now possess would not be blessed if it was not.
Who's he?
He is Moradin, the father god of the dwarves. And religion was outlawed in my home, and the powers that be felt it not necessary, and a slight against whatever else they had faith in, and there were still few who kept the flame alive. And I learned a bit about it, but the all-powerful leadership, the all-wise leadership, they know all. And, they did not meet a very pleasant fate. So I stepped in line. And here we are.
But despite you abandoning him, he has clearly not abandoned you. Farewell, Sylvie Flickerwicket and friends.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dex, slap me anytime you need something.
You will receive my messages, child.
Lovely.
And you all turn and you leave the tent and step out into the alley of Ogway. And that is where we'll end the session.
Whew.
2 nights. 2 nights. We have
2 nights.
Tonight.
God until we meet our destiny.
Our Dracula's friend.
This is it. This has been high stakes all the way through.
No.
Non-stop.
We've had like a half a day of reading room in the last 3 months.
So, thank you guys for watching. Thanks to our new followers.
Yeah,
We really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Happy birthday again, B-Champ.
Yes, happy
Yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday.
We're glad you shared your birthday with us, which is really fantastic.
Heck
Welcome
yeah.
to the Avantris fam. And thank you so much to our subs. Thank you so much for the raids.
Hex, yes.
And our subscribers, we always we love you guys. You guys make all of this possible, and and we love all the whole Avantris fam. We will be back on Saturday.
Yeah. At 2.
At 2 p.m. Eastern.
I'm so excited.
And
I play a
for
wizard.
Beneath Dark Wings, it is I once again DM because I hate myself. So twice a week, another campaign. It's our monthly campaign where we have the entire Avantris crew, all of the core, and it's a great time. It'll be really fun. We'll go for probably 8 hours. It'll be an all-day thing, Saturday thing. So please join us then.
Please do.
And then I think we'll see you guys on Saturday. And who are we gonna raid?
We're gonna raid Swim Bananas.
Oh, Swim Bananas!
Friend
Yes.
Mel.
Good friend Mel. Swim Bananas. She's an amazing person.
I was gonna just say before we do the raid, have you mentioned the subscriber video thing?
Yeah, I think. Have we, yeah,
I
we
don't know
have.
if
We
you
haven't,
mentioned
but we're
it.
going to announce a special sub perk is thanks for the
Thank you
follow.
for the
Give
follow.
the
Might as well give people
Yeah.
a reason to sub.
A special sub perk is we'll be doing kind of recording post-session videos.
Yep.
Us kind of chatting after the session, talking about the session for 15 minutes, or just shooting the shit, hanging out.
We're gonna do it
So,
now.
we're gonna do it now.
We're gonna do
We
it
also
live.
recorded
We're
on
gonna do it
yesterday
live.
too,
Yeah.
so we're gonna drop 2 to tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
But so feel free to sub and you'll have access to
Yeah.
it.
So if you sub, it'll be on Twitch. It'll be a sub-only VOD thing. So check us out, and then we will see you guys Saturday.
We'll see you Saturday and show Mel the love.
Yeah.
Of the
Show her
Avantris.
your
Show her
readers.
readers.
We
Cover
love
yours.
Mel.
Love Mel.
Love you guys.